The following is a production of Hometown and Home Country Radio Sports.
We've never seen a team like this before, ladies and gentlemen. After all this time, Bishop Garrigan is still golden. Bishop Garrigan has finally slain the Newell Fonda Dragon. Your Golden Bears are state champions for the second year in a row. Bartolo, deep heave. Oh, she hit it from just inside of half court. That is unreal. That is unreal. Are you kidding me? Right side to Montag, releases a tray, rattles it in. Zoe Montag is a huge shot, and Garrigan's up by 5. Three-pointer is blocked at the buzzer, and that's it. After coming so close the past 2 years, Bishop Garrigan has finally won it all.
Video streaming on the Algona Radio YouTube channel is brought to you by Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. Kemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. PMC Advantage Insurance Services, having the advantage makes all the difference. And Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. Now, here's Hometown and Home Country Radio Sports Director, Tyler Lance.
Good evening and welcome to Bishop Garrigan High School here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. As tonight, the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears try to shake off a rare loss. They were defeated on Tuesday night by the Forest City Indians, and tonight they try to bounce back against the 1-8 Eagle Grove Eagles. We're here tonight for top of Iowa West basketball action. The 7-2 Golden Bears falling one spot in the state rankings. They are now down to number 4 in Class 1A, 7-2 overall, 5-1 on the top of Iowa West. Eagle Grove comes in 1-8 overall, 0-6 in top of Iowa West play. We'll get to the tip-off in just a little bit. We're actually going to start a few minutes early here tonight. The JV game got over fast, so we'll tip off about 10 minutes early in tonight's game. Before we get to that tip-off, though, we're going to talk with Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab. He's coming up next on KLGA 92.7.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Grassmasters. Growing satisfied customers.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Glenn's Green Thumb. From a small seed, something beautiful will grow.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
We have top of Iowa West girls basketball action coming up here on Hometown Radio KLGA as the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears host the Eagle Grove Eagles. And right now we're joined on the pregame show by Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab. Coach, as always, great to talk to you. Thanks so much for joining on the pregame.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Coach, let's begin by talking a little bit here about you guys heading into your second game of the week. You started off this week against Forest City, and really it could be described as an all-out battle, but unfortunately the Golden Bears come up on the short end of that game, 69-64. In the past, Coach, when teams have lost games, you've really challenged your teams to respond. So what's the challenge now look like to your girls following Tuesday?
Well, the challenge is just to flush it and come out and, do some things a little better than what we did. We need to finish shots around the basket better than what we did against Forest City. But I don't think by any means I came out of that game feeling we played bad. I felt that we just left too many points out there that were point blanks under the basket. We need to do a better job of finishing them off. So, we worked a little in practice on, not fading on them rebounds, taking it into contact, and I just thought we avoided contact instead of going up strong, and we worked that in practice last night, and I think we'll be better going forward.
And, Coach, there were some positives to come out of Tuesday. One of them was Madeline Takis scoring a career-high 13 points, and a lot of good things really happened when she had the ball in her hands. Obviously, she's a freshman, but right now it doesn't feel like she's playing like a freshman. So what have you seen from her as of late?
She's getting more comfortable and more comfortable. I thought in the first quarter against Forest City, I thought she came out just a little nervous or a little tentative in a big game, early on. But then I really thought, the second half she really settled in and was to be aggressive. Madeline's a tremendous athlete that is good for us when she's aggressive and in that mindset that to be aggressive on the boards and attack in the basket. And, she gets better every night. We're still getting her to put that 4-quarter game together with us. And, I saw, 2.5 to 3 quarters pretty consistently, but I challenged her the other night to getting them 4 quarters of aggressive play out of her. And it's coming. She's doing a heck of a job for us as a freshman, and I like seeing the improvement out of her every night.
And Coach Seisha Walsh was another player who had a good night and had the confidence to take a lot of big shots late in that ball game. What do you envision getting from Walsh here as you move forward?
Well, Seisha and Emmy and Coach Bartolo talked about it in practice. I thought they played really, really well the other night. They were aggressive. I don't know if early in the season when, we didn't shoot it great early against Forest City, but I really thought for them to have confidence, Seisha and Emmy, in taking them shots late and not being afraid to fail. And, when they get their feet set, they've got great range. And, that's what we need out of them. We need confidence out of Seisha and Emmy and their abilities. And they're both tremendous scorers and able to do that for us. It really stretches the defense when they're able to shoot the ball in rhythm and make some threes for us. It's tough on other teams because they really got to extend on us to come up, and we've got good ball handlers that then can put it on the deck and set somebody else up for the shot or the dump down to the post, and that makes us tough to guard for sure.
And, Coach, as you head into tonight's game, one of the things you talked about coming out of Tuesday was the fact there's no doubt it was a hot shooting night for Forest City, but I also don't think there's any doubt that you felt the team could have played better defensively. So as you refocus on that end of the ball coming into tonight's game, what are some things you need to see on the defensive half of the court?
Well, we need to do a little better job of communicating when we switch defenses. And, once I statted the game, there were 8 points that happened during the game that our communication of when we switched defenses were not, the whole team weren't on the same page of what we were switching. And that gave up 8 points on just that. So I've got to do a better job of making sure that you 5 on the floor and then the subs that come in know what we're in, and our players need to do a better job of communicating that to each other. And, that's 8 points that could have been a difference in a ball game just by communication. So I'd like to see us to make sure when we're switching defenses, when I'm subbing players in, I've got to do a better job of making sure that they know exactly where they're at in our press, exactly where they're at in our half-court defense, and we'll crispen that up a bit tonight for sure.
Coach, you talked about a few things here you need to see tonight from your team, but as we wrap up the interview, what do you see as one or two of the biggest keys tonight against Eagle Grove?
Well, we want to get out to a fast pace. We want, like always, we want to make sure that that we're able to create some turnovers with them with our pressure. And, we don't want to get into a half-court game. They're going to zone us. They're going to try to slow us down. We want to speed that up. We want to score, 65-plus points tonight. So that puts a lot of pressure on them to score. And I think those are two big keys. And just our communication, like we just talked about, of when we're switching defenses, we've got to communicate as a team, and coaches need to do a better job communicating to the players of making sure we're on the same page with them switches.
Coach, we appreciate the time in today's pregame interview and wish you best of luck in tonight's game.
All right, thank you.
That is Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear head coach Brandon Schwab with his pregame thoughts. When we come back, tip-off between the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and Eagle Grove Eagles on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for health care.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Signworks Inc. For all your signage needs and printed apparel, stop in or call 295-9544.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
West Bend Ford, meeting your service, new and used vehicle needs.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying Steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Central Financial Group, where you belong.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona Tree Service.
Styles Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small. They love them all.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
All bringing you this ball game.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Lichter's Garage Door Service and new installations. A reputation you can trust. Call 515-295-5988.
Ed Service Station. Service you can trust.
J&J Custom Meats, continuing the traditions in Whittemore.
Ulrich Construction. Let them do the work.
Sports Club members bringing you this game. Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Good Samaritan Society, Algona's senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, Algona's locally owned coffee shop.
Tangle Salon for all your cuts, colors, hair extensions, and massage therapy needs.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840.
All bringing you this ball game.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game.
Runkey Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runkey Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Erpelding Voigt and Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
All bringing you this ball game.
The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears taking on the Eagle Grove Eagles tonight in a top of Iowa West matchup here on Hometown Radio KLGA. For Bishop Garrigan, a slightly different starting lineup tonight. It'll be the 5'5" junior Emmy Bartolo, the 6' sophomore Graceland Eastman, the 5'8" freshman Madeline Tagus, and also in the starting lineup, the 5'5" junior Ava Roffler making her first career start in place of Zoe Montag. We'll learn more about that coming up later on. Meanwhile, for the Eagle Grove Eagles and head coach Zach Whipple, it'll be the 5'9" senior Maya Edwards, the 5'10" junior Kendra Shield, the 5'6" freshman Salem Willard, the 5'6" sophomore Holly Anderson, and the 5'7" freshman Tatum Edwards. Eagle Grove on the black uniforms tonight, purple numerals on the front and back outlined in yellow, and the purple and yellow trim down the side of the uniforms. Bishop Garrigan in the home whites, as they have the black BGHS on the front, and black numerals on the front and back, as those numerals are outlined in gold. Bishop Garrigan 7-2 overall, Eagle Grove 1-8, and it's a top of finalist matchup here tonight as the Golden Bears drop that game Tuesday night against Forest City, looking to bounce back in this one. At midcourt, Eastman and Edwards awaiting the ready play from the official here as
the official's just making sure everyone knows which hoop they're going to.
So double checking, making sure everyone's got that all down here before tonight's tip-off, and we're ready to go. A couple minutes early here tonight as the JV game before this wrapped up quickly. Eastman wins the tap, Tegas runs the floor, gets the bucket and scores right off the opening tip.
Wow, couldn't score faster than that. 4 seconds into the game, Tegas gets the tip for a layup.
Here comes the press by Bishop Garrigan. Eagle Grove trying to weave across half court. They do with Maya Edwards. And the ball is immediately stolen by Tegas. She'll find Alish. First turnover tonight by Eagle Grove, who's averaging 26.6 turnovers per game, most in the conference. Bartolo right side, drives in, feeds Eastman, bangs her way inside, and shuffle the shoes for a travel. Eastman started to lose balance there, anticipating contact, and turns it over for Bishop Garrigan.
Well, Tyler, the ball went into Eastman initially, and she had 4 Eagles around her. They are going to collapse on Eastman for sure, but she still got the ball back and had a chance to score.
Edwards far side of the court. Bishop Garrigan tries to trap her. She'll unload the ball to Edwards. Maya Edwards finding Tatum Edwards. Now edge of the post. It's Shield. Back outside to Maya Edwards. 40 seconds into this one. Works right around the arc. She'll bounce the pass outside. Intercepted by Roffler. Roffler runs the floor. Roffler all the way to the bucket. And she scores. 4-0 Bishop Garrigan.
Nice job on the left-handed layup by Roffler. Smooth layup. 2 layups for Garrigan into the game.
Roffler had 5 rebounds in that game against Forest City coming off the bench, and Roffler has the poke away right there. Ball's out of bounds as Bishop Garrigan will keep it. Eagle Grove almost lined up like a football line of scrimmage on that inbounds play. They lined up their 4, we'll call them receivers, the 4 players across the formation, and got them going there to try to break this Garrigan press.
Yeah, sometimes if you have a set directive and know exactly what you're doing, sometimes that football play works pretty well.
And Alish almost had the steal away from Willard right there. Eagle Grove will keep the basketball as Alish touched it last as it went out. Coach Schwab talked about that defensive side of the court, picking up the pace here tonight. He wants his Golden Bears to get 65-plus points and put a lot of pressure on Eagle Grove to try to score for Bishop Garrigan tonight. This Golden Bear offense averaging 61.2 points per game. Eagle Grove almost turned it over right there. Edwards near half court, pivots away from the double team. Tegas rips the ball away, and she forces the tie-up.
Well, Garrigan is trapping up high, and the defenders are doing a great job of making sure everyone else is covered. And so the Eagle Grove guards are having a hard time getting out of that trap. They just can't find the open player. Good team defense outside the trap. Now the referees are going to get together and talk about something, and I claim that I have no idea what they're talking about.
Well, sometimes it can be a possession arrow question, but you would think early in the game they'd have the possession arrow known here.
Well, it gives us a chance to talk about Ava Rothler in the lineup tonight. She had some quality minutes against Forest City where the Bears took a loss the other night, but Ava Rothler came off the bench to give some great minutes. She's just a sophomore Golden Bear. Good guard here. Zoe Montag in street clothes getting the night off.
I think Ava was a junior, right? I think he may have downgraded her one year.
I did. Tyler, I think about when I taught them in class last, and I feel like I taught Ava last year, but you're right. I taught her 2 years ago. Yeah, so she is a junior there. Ava Rothler in the lineup tonight with freshman Tegas. Eastman's another one who I always think is older than she is. She's just a sophomore.
Yeah, it feels like she's been around for a while. The great post pressure she brings inside for Bishop Garrigan, and there's going to be a travel for the basketball by Edwards. Took a couple of steps there before unloading the pass, and the Eagles will turn the basketball over.
And then, of course, you've got Bartolo and Alish, who have played since they were freshmen. So I feel like they're seniors, but they still have another year after this year.
Bartolo goes to Alish on the right wing. Alish had 19 points the other night against Forest City to pace the Golden Bears. Tegas on the left elbow, dribbles towards the right this time and feeds Alish in the corner. Alish looking inside, bounces the pass to Tegas. Eagle Grove playing 2-3 zone. Tegas, great find of Eastman, and the soft touch off the basket for 2.
Eastman makes it look easy, but that's great footwork there, soft touch. She just pivots a quick release to the basket.
Edwards into the forecourt, has the ball on the left wing, now dribbles right around the arc. Dribble handoff here to Willard. The freshman getting downhill, losing the basketball and picking it back up. Now working it back outside to Anderson. Anderson left wing comes top of the key to Willard. Willard into the corner, Edwards catch and shoot 3. Off the heel, rebounded by Roffler on the left block. Roffler will bring the ball up for Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears scoring 61.2 points per game, only allowing 41.2. Average margin of victory of +20 for Bishop Garrigan during the 7-2 start. Olish on the left wing right now, has the basketball, eyes the bucket, flings it into the high post to Eastman. Now down on the block to Tigas. Works inside, kicks it out to Bartolo. Bartolo to the foul line. Her jumper on the way, almost banked it in. Offensive board for Tigas briefly, almost lost it. She got it back and got it outside to Olish. Back into Eastman, center of the paint, works towards the right, uses the window, missed the shot that time. Edwards rebounds for Eagle Grove.
Good footwork. She did everything but get that ball to go through the net. Eagle Grove attacks the basket, showing a little tempo now.
Willard heading towards the lane. Willard losing the basketball. It's down on the floor, and Olish able to peel it away. And she bounces the pass off to Roffler. Nice defensive play there by Stacia Olish. Roffler for a little pace. Deals to Bartolo. Left corner tray. Left it short. Eastman sails in for the board. Eastman put back. Count it. 8-0 Golden Bears.
Great job by Eastman. You know, you got a choice here. You see Bartolo put that shot up. You could be lazy. Eastman hustles.
Tigas steals the pass on the full court press, and Bishop Garrigan is forced another turnover. Buckets towards the left. Olish powers into the lane. Missed the shot. Eastman another cleanup and another putback. And a timeout on the floor by Eagle Grove. 30-second timeout. 6 points by Graceland Eastman. She has 4 double-doubles this season and already getting on pace for that early tonight. Couple of points, couple of offensive boards, and Bishop Garrigan with an early 10-0 start.
Yeah, coach for Eagle Grove just trying to take a 30-second timeout to break the momentum of Bishop Garrigan, but that's not going to help here because Eastman does not have a peer on the other side of the lineup. There's no one on Eagle Grove that's got the size and the quickness to stay with Graceland Eastman. So she's got quite a few points already. I think at the end of the night, we're going to be talking about a lot of points for Graceland Eastman unless Eagle Grove can come up with a new strategy. Or, I've never seen anyone do this, Tyler, if they could suddenly grow 4 inches, that would really help.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen that either. I've seen a lot of weird things in the basketball court, but probably not that, as Eastman will take a seat on the bench.
They've triple-teamed her, but even if you triple-team, she can shoot over the top of you.
Well, Eastman had double-doubles in both games last season when Bishop Garrigan played Eagle Grove. Golden Bear wins 64-15 and 62-24. New lineup for the Golden Bears is stepping out of bounds as Willard, bringing it up to the near side of the court, didn't locate the sideline. For the Golden Bears, Addison Ferris in the ball game, Melissa Hoagland, Madeline Tigas, Carly Nielsen, and Stacia Olish. We saw Ferris get a little more playing time against North Iowa. She's wearing number 5, wearing those bright fluorescent shoes. Has the ball right now on the right wing for Garrigan. Finds Tigas in the high post. Flings it near side to Hoagland. Rotates to Olish. Now bounce pass to Tigas, who had a career high of 13 points against Forest City Tuesday. It's Ferris. Ferris 3, left it short. Rebound on the near side by Hoagland, and she'll bring it back out.
Good look by Ferris. Didn't hesitate at all. Just a freshman. Shows no hesitation, confident shot.
Ferris finds Olish, mid-range J, no. Nielsen on the cleanup, and Nielsen got hacked on the putback. Carly Nielsen heads to the line for 2 shots.
Nielsen, not as tall as Graceland Eastman, but boy, she has got all the physicality of Eastman and maybe more. She has battled for rebounds all year and done a fantastic job of her aggressive play down in the low post.
Nielsen, a 54.5% foul shooter to the line, and that one will rattle and it drop through. 11-0 Golden Bears. So 4:22 on the clock in quarter number 1. Bishop Garrigan with an early double-digit lead over Eagle Grove. Golden Bears have not lost in the bound era against the Eagles. They are 28-0, dating back to 2008. We have a lane violation here in the free throw, so that one is not going to count, and Eagle Grove will have the ball back.
No shot. I think the referees got, I think maybe Tigas, but it looked like a few people were leaning into that lane, anticipating the free throw.
Yeah, Nielsen must have had a slower release that time as Eagle Grove breaks the press. They get it inside for Edwards, and they score. That was a great job that time by the Eagles.
You know, it's difficult on the free throws. You see it in all levels. In girls basketball, especially tricky because sometimes people have different styles. Ooh, Tigas gets hit.
Tigas powers inside against Shield. No shot. There was some contact. Or no foul, there was some contact, and the rebound at a tie-up. Foul on Nielsen as she got Anderson on the arm.
Yeah, she'll battle for those rebounds. She gets tagged for the foul there, but if you're Coach Swab, you don't want Nielsen to stop doing that. Like, she comes off the bench and gives you valuable minutes. Her benefit to the team is her aggressiveness on those rebounds, so you don't want her to stop, even if she gets called for a foul every now and then.
Shield gets the ball near side to Anderson. Now back to Shield across half court. It'll be a 3-point ball from the left side this time. That is an air ball as Edwards unloaded on that one. Ball goes out of bounds and back to Bishop Garrigan. Number 20 for Eagle Grove, Tatum Edwards. That's the player to keep an eye on tonight. Edwards, 10.8 points per game for the Eagles. She attempts almost 16 shots per game as Hoagland tries a three-pointer. That one is short. Nielsen another offensive board, and she'll bring it back outside. Olish top of the key. She crosses over, heads down the lane. Floater for Olish, missed it left, and a foul inside. Foul on the play. As it appears we'll see 2 free throws coming here. That foul going against Salem Willard, and it'll be 2 free throws here for Olish.
Well, Garrigan with 11 points on the game, Tyler, but I would say their offense does not look as smooth as it typically does. They have the look of a team that came off a really hard-fought game on Tuesday night, probably followed by a really tough, intense practice on Wednesday night, plus finals exams, And here we are on Thursday night getting this game in. I think that's why Coach Schwab's probably going to go to the bench early and often tonight.
I wouldn't doubt that at all on all those accounts as Alish splits the pair of free throws and makes it 12-2 Golden Bears. Bartolo will replace Alish in the lineup.
You know, just being a parent of a high school kid, you notice how much these exams take out of kids. From the adult standpoint, you think, well, what's the big deal? It's just a test. But it really takes something out of the energy level of these high school kids.
Ball's thrown up the floor and out of bounds. The Eagle Grove Eagles turned it over, trying to throw a half-court pass there. That's right. Any adults watching this game, think about if Beanie said, you've got a biology final exam coming up tomorrow. Think about how you'd feel. How tough is a Beanie final exam, by the way? Are you a tough final exam giver?
I am not. I'm a big pushover when it comes to exams. I figure if they haven't learned it by now, and I just want to get the finals over with and get back to teaching.
Eastman in the post. He's swarmed by 4 Eagles. Out to Bartolo. Top of the key to Hoagland. Extra pass to Ferris. Eagle Grove recovers as they rotate. Inside to Eastman. Spins right. Missed the shot inside. Ball's out of bounds, and it will stay Bishop Garrigan. That's a big focus for Coach Schwab and the Golden Bears. He talked a lot about in the pregame show. Bishop Garrigan missed a ton of opportunities inside against Forest City, so they worked a lot on getting better, more calm looks inside, better finishes at the glass when they get that ball inside the paint area.
Yeah, I think we've only seen 2 3-pointers perhaps so far by the Bishop Garrigan basketball team. One by Ferris, I think another one by Hoagland. Andy Bartolo back in the game. Here's a 3-pointer by Hoagland.
Hoagland's 3 is swished. Nothing but net from the far side by Hoagland. 15-2 Golden Bears. Well, when they're that open, you'll take them for sure as Eagle Grove has the ball in the backcourt. Bouncing on one leg is Ellie Lenning, who just checked in. Pass to Edwards, knocked out of bounds by the Golden Bears. Eagles will keep it of 2:56 on the clock.
Well, Tyler, we've got the finals exams going at Bishop Garrigan. Is there a broadcaster's final exam in college? Do they sit you down and give you a microphone and say, prove it?
That's right. Every day is a final exam for me in the broadcast booth as the shot by Edwards misses left. My Edwards rebound off the Tatum Edwards miss, though. Tatum Edwards has the ball back, handing it off to My Edwards. Now she'll give it off to Lenning. Lenning, the freshman, goes left to Edwards. Edwards attempting almost 9 3-pointers per game, that being Tatum Edwards. She'll find My Edwards on the right block. Now outside to Lenning. Left to Tatum Edwards on the wing of 2:33 on the clock. And the nice poke away by Bartolo. Good quick hands as Eagle Grove will keep the basketball of 17 on the shot clock.
Eagle Grove with 2 points. You know, when they play an opponent like Garrigan that's highly ranked and they're putting their program together every year, you know, they just got to make goals like, let's score this many points a quarter. They got 2 points so far this quarter. Can they get another bucket before the buzzer?
Eagles this year shooting just 25.5% from the field as they miss a 3-point ball right there by Anderson. Foul on the rebound, though, and this foul will go against Eagle Grove, their third of the quarter.
Boy, someone is yelling at Gary the Bear over there, Tyler. That ball airballed and almost hit Gary, and he shied away from the ball. He flinched, and he got scolded by the student section.
That was uncharacteristic of Gary the Bear.
Yeah.
Normally he's all over those.
He is.
Come on, Gary, got to lock it in. Ferris on the right side lets it fly. Her free ball a little bit too strong. Nielsen, another offensive board. Nielsen kicks it out to Bartolo for fresh 35. Around to Ferris. Back inside, it's Eastman. Deep in the post. Got a great look at that time. In and out as the ball spun around the rim and popped out. It was a frustrating night against Forest City for Eastman, and a couple early misses here. She's trying to get those looks to drop from inside the paint. Here's a flip to My Edwards, looking into lane to Shield. Shield against Ferris. Extra pass. Nice find, and that'll be a score by Anderson.
Good passing by Eagle Grove there. Good ball movement, looking for their teammates. Ends up in the layup.
That passing in the painted area can be such a subtle thing. You're so tempted to just power that shot up, but sometimes you can make that extra pass, even if 2 players right in the paint, as Bishop Garrigan goes 1 and done on this possession, and Edwards has the ball for Eagle Grove. Tatum Edwards throws it, but it's intercepted by Eastman. Now it's 2-on-1. Hoagland right side, driving to the bucket, got inside, draws the foul. Hoagland with a chance for a 3-point play. She put that shot in.
Great job on the open floor, and Hoagland made it look easy, but that is not her strong hand. She's a lefty, and she goes to the hoop with her right hand there, knocks in the layup. Nice job by Hoagland. Gary the Bear's recovering over there. You know, Tyler, Gary the Bear 1.0 was about 25 years old, and the school decided, you know, we might need to get a new mascot costume. What I want to do is find the old Gary the Bear, find where that is in the storage, get 2 Gary the Bears out there.
We could have a Gary versus Gary duel to see the ultimate Gary as a halftime entertainment here at Bishop Garrigan as Hoagland finishes the 3-point play.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea, Tyler. I love that idea. Let's see if I can get that going.
Which bear is the strongest, folks? You tell us now, old school Gary or new school Gary? New school Gary must have growled something funny. He had the cheerleaders laughing over there during that free throw attempt. As Eagle Grove has the ball right now, losing it is Lenning. She lost it out of bounds. She couldn't maintain the dribble, and Bishop Garrigan gets it back with 1:15 left.
Well, a nice crowd on hand tonight, Tyler. This is a rescheduled game, so a lot of people maybe didn't put this into their phone calendars way back at the beginning. Still coming out to check out the Bears tonight.
Tegas finds Roffler on the left wing, across the way to Olish. Extra pass Bartolo in the right corner, now into Eastman. Eastman goes to work against Shield, spins towards the right, missed it short off the glass. Ball is out of bounds, and that one will be back to Eagle Grove. Bishop Garrigan still not getting a ton of percentage, or I should say a high percentage of shots that fall from inside yet tonight.
Well, Eastman shrugs that off with a smile. She says, I don't know how I'm missing these. She's missed a couple in a row here that are shots she almost always makes. And sometimes you get in a slump like that, and then you break out of it. This is a great game to have a slump and break out.
Yeah, Eastman, she's making great moves. Those are good-looking post moves inside, but just everything but the finish as Tegas taps the loose ball back into play, and Eastman collects it under the Eagle Grove basket. Eagles don't get a shot off that possession. Tegas runs the floor, the freshman barreling downhill, getting inside. She draws the foul, but they are going to wave it off because Tegas traveled on the play.
That call made by the official furthest from, but he had a good eye as she went right down the middle of the lane, and he was right behind her. Makes that call, says wipe it off. 18-4 is the score, 30 seconds left in the quarter.
Eagle Grove gets it across the press. Shield finds the trailing Anderson, and Anderson draws the foul. There's been a couple good press breaks set by Eagle Grove. It's been inconsistent, but when they've done it right. That time, good ball movement, and it'll be 2 free throws coming by Anderson.
That gets a big cheer from the Eagle Grove crowd. They know how tough this Bishop Garrigan team is. They know how tough the Bishop Garrigan press is. So when they see their girls breaking that press, reason to celebrate.
Anderson misses the foul shot. She's now 2 of 12 from the line so far this season as the score 18-4 Bishop Garrigan. That foul, the second team foul on Garrigan of this quarter. First personal on Stacia Olish. Anderson misses the second free throw. It's a foot race for the rebound. Shield tracks it down, tries to throw it back in as she was heading out of bounds, but she throws the ball out of bounds and Bishop Garrigan gets it back.
Two players, Tegas and Shields, racing for the ball and just couldn't stop their momentum before she was falling out of bounds. Had to just chuck it up.
Shield averages 6.5 rebounds per game for Eagle Grove. Number 2 on their team behind Maya Edwards, who averages 7. Pass across the court by Bartolo, a little short. It is off the hands of Anderson into the hands of Olish, and then Olish loses it along the baseline out of bounds.
It gives Garrigan a chance to set up the press with just 16 seconds left.
Shot clock off for Eagle Grove. They have the ball right now. It's a lob, intercepted by Eastman. She jumped the pass, finds a wide open Bartolo, and missed from point blank range. That was nearly an assist by Eastman. Eagle Grove throws a dangerous pass, intercepted by Tegas at half court. Takes to the foul line. Tegas floater, no. Long deflection outside. That's picked up by Willard. 2 seconds for Willard, 1 second, and Willard is going to run out of time. Willard tried to drive the length of the court that time, but runs out of time at the end of the first quarter. And we will head to the second. It's Bishop Garrigan 18, Eagle Grove 4, heading to quarter number 2 on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Grassmasters. Growing satisfied customers.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Glenn's Green Thumb. From a small seed, something beautiful will grow.
All bringing you this game on the radio. More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for health care.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you've got to go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Heading to the second quarter, it's Bishop Garrigan 18, Eagle Grove 4 here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. Bishop Garrigan with the early lead, but still some things to work on here, Beanie. I do think the Golden Bears are really making an emphasis tonight to get the basketball inside and really work on converting those opportunities inside the paint.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Eastman's got the mismatch. There's a 2-3 for Eagle Grove, and they're collapsing on her, but she can still beat that defense.
Bartolo in the right corner, airballs a three-pointer, and it's into the pocket of Anderson, the Eagle Grove sophomore on the rebound. Gets the ball to Lenning. Now it is to Tatum Edwards. Eagle Grove's leading scorer. Edwards passes the lane. Jumped by Tegas. She picked it off. And a foul by Eagle Grove. They pushed off on the Bishop Garrigan freshman. First foul in the quarter by the Eagles. Well, Tegas, as you talked about Coach Schwab with the pregame show, she's looking like less and less of a freshman as the season goes on and really settled into that game against Forest City, especially in the second half. We saw a lot of good things happen when Tegas got the ball.
You know, I didn't think she looked like a freshman in the first game, but you're right. She is just, now she really is looking confident out there.
Great pass by Tigges. She finds Eastman right on cue and she scores. You gotta love it when the players prove our points.
Talk about right on cue. Great court vision and awareness by Tigges there. She has been putting the ball on the floor that time. Doesn't dribble, finds an open player.
The drive by Lenning, the bank, and the score. A good aggressive move to the basket by Eagle Grove's freshman. 20-6 right now as Bishop Garrigan has the lead. Tigges, who we were just talking about, averaging 8.6 points per game and 5.1 rebounds. Tigges comes outside to Alish. She'll drive. She'll feed it back down to the baseline to Eastman. Eastman on the right block. She pivots. She goes up and under. Hit it off the bottom of the backboard, but she was fouled on the play. 2 free throws coming for Graceland Eastman as Willard has her hands up in the air.
Well, normally when the team's ahead 20-6, you're real happy with the results. But, you know, Garrigan is antsy. They've missed a lot of shots. They've left a lot of points on the board. And a free throw goes by Eastman. But, you know, they're feeling they could be up 40-6 at this point. And, you know, that's the characteristic of a winning team. You always want more. You always want improvement. You can't ever just rest on your laurels and just dial it in.
Yeah, and I think that starts up top of the head coach as Eastman makes the foul shot. It's funny, you know, talking to some people about the Forest City game, they said, you know, Coach Rob, you know, maybe he'll be happy about the comeback. And I said, you know, he's a competitor. He's not going to take a moral victory in a loss like Forest City. You know, sure, I'm sure he was happy that they battled back in that game, but he's looking at the things they did wrong to get down in the first place. As that pass from up the court by Eastman is intercepted by Lenning. Lenning into the front court. She'll give it left to Edwards, but Coach Schwab always has a very high attention to detail of his team, even in the game where they're up 22-6. He'll be looking at things they can improve.
Yeah, and one of those things is their defense has seemed to amped up a level.
In the corner, it's Edwards on the free ball. Tatum Edwards can't knock it down. Track down her own miss, though. To the foul line, Lenning. Lenning, 15-footer, goes down the net. That'll make it 22-8.
Lenning is feeling it, has the last 4 points for Eagle Grove. A nice little jump shot there, middle of the lane.
Roffler on the right side for Bishop Garrigan. This is the starting 5 tonight. Roffler, Bartolo, Alish, Eastman, and Tigges. Those are the players on the floor right now as Eastman's on the left block this time. Hooks the shot up with the right hand across the lane. No. And the rebound taken in by Anderson for Eagle Grove. Eagles have the ball right now. Buckets towards the right, and they throw it out of bounds. That was a high pass by Micah Anderson intended for Kendra Shield.
Eagle Grove not getting pressed there out of the missed shot. Garrigan got back on defense. It was their chance, but they were so stunned that Garrigan wasn't putting this intense pressure on. All the players didn't run and get under the hoop. They stayed kind of at the half-court area like there was a press going on.
Tigges in the high post. Almost traveled there, but was able to get the ball on the floor. Over to the right side to Roffler. Now back to Tigges on the right elbow. Tigges got bumped and fouled by Eagle Grove. This is a situation. Garrigan's a team that moves the ball really well, and the players move well without the ball. And you see a lot of Eagle Grove players just trying to fly around with them, but bumping into the Golden Bears and committing a lot of fouls early.
Yes, and if you're playing Garrigan, I understand why a lot of coaches, you know, you just go to practice to prepare, and you think, let's just go zone. Because with Garrigan's ball movement and their guards' ability to drive and their quickness, you know, they will just set up in a zone. Their best bet is just clog up that lane and hope.
Bartolo finds Tigges. Eagle Grove clogs up the lane. Eastman on the cleanup, puts it up and in. Tigges had a tough shot there initially, but Eastman right there for the putback. 12 points now by Graceland Eastman, who averages 14.3 points per game and number 6 in the top of Iowa West. Alish jumps the pass, and Bishop Garrigan has the steal. Alish feeds Roffler left block. Roffler to the center of the paint. Hook shot no good at the right hand, and Edwards brings in the rebound. Tatum Edwards has it stolen. Alish took it right out of her pocket, and she scores.
Well, where did Alish come from? I didn't even see her down there, and she snuck right in and took the ball right from the pass. Easy layup for Alish.
Shield gives the basketball back to Anderson. That being Micah Anderson, who came off the bench for Eagle Grove tonight. Top of the key is Micah Anderson. Gets the ball left to Edwards. Inside to Edwards. Maya Edwards catching the patch from Tatum Edwards. She got pushed that time by Eastman, picking up her first personal foul. And Bishop Garrigan will go back to the bench here. It'll be Nielsen, Ferris, and Hoagland checking into the ball game as Alish, Roffler, and Tigges all go to the bench.
A very clear substitution pattern going this evening with Ferris, Nielsen, and Roffler coming in, and Hoagland, excuse me.
4:55 on the clock. Edwards flipping it up top, caught by Lenning. Lenning into the post to Shield, or Shield, yes, that knocked away by Eastman. Over to Roffler, or excuse me, to Hoagland. Now it's Ferris left side. Ferris backs up a couple steps to 4:40 on the clock, finds Eastman right side. Eastman in the paint. Eastman pivots. Shield staying in front. Eastman powers it up. No. Rebounded by Nielsen. Nielsen second chance opportunity, and she got fouled. That's the 4 for 5th offensive rebound already by Carly Nielsen, who's rewarded with 2 free throws.
Yeah, and both post players did basically the same move, a little pivot. They kept their left pivot foot, came back around to the right. That's a great move, and you don't get that move without rehearsing in practice. So you see those two young players have really worked on making that post move possible.
Well, you know how much Coach Schwab loves to coach the post play in girls basketball. Of course, he had one of the best post players that you'll ever see, Audie Crooks, for 4 years. But a lot of things get passed down player to player. I think Eastman learned some things from watching Crooks, and then Eastman is probably showing some things to Nielsen as well.
Even way, way back, I'm going to do a deep dive here, Tyler. Coach Schwab, way back 20 years ago, was a kind of a volunteer assistant for the Bulldogs, and he had a player named Caitlin Seeley. And he was so good at doing a high-low game with those. He's always loved the high-low, get that ball into the post. That's his favorite, I think.
So a good historical lesson there, but there's been a lot of trends that have been true over time. There's a three-point ball, and there's a splash. Nothing but net for Micah Anderson, and that'll make it 27-11. But the thing that's stayed consistent over time is Coach Schwab, he's always coaching up the post players. That's a centerpiece of Bishop Garrigan. Yes, they love to shoot the three-point ball. They shoot 23 of them per game, but you still got to have a good post presence inside, even with all the three-point shooters. Roffler left side with 4 minutes remaining on the clock. Second quarter. Around to the right to Ferris. Now to Nielsen. Nielsen got open initially. Defense recovered and converged, but Nielsen missed her shot from the right side. Eagle Grove grabbed the rebound, and they come out the other way. Edwards gives the ball to Lenning. Lenning down to the baseline to Anderson. Anderson outside to Anderson. It's Micah Anderson shooting. Clangs off the glass, no good. And ball's brought in by Bartolo. Alex Nielsen trying to chase it down, but she can't get to it. And Maya Edwards intercepts it. And then Nielsen takes it right back. And Nielsen blocked by Edwards, but a foul. She got a lot of ball there, but a little bit of hand. And it'll be 2 more free throws by Nielsen.
And off of the block/foul, it went right into the hands of Eastman, who put in the easy bucket. I'm sure Garrigan would rather have those 2 points that were easy. Now Nielsen will have to put in a couple free throws. You know, we see free throws, Tyler, in this modern era of basketball, no longer free.
As that one misses for Nielsen. Well,
once again, on cue. That one missed badly, but we watch at all levels, college basketball, NBA, whatever. You know, those percentages on free throws are not a gimme anymore. You find if you have a percentage in the 60s, you're thinking, hey, that's pretty good.
Eastman rebounds the second missed free throw, and she puts it up and in. 14 points by Eastman, 29-11 Bishop Garrigan. Yeah, free throw shooting, it's one of those simple things, but it's boring to work on, but you've got to do it. You've got to be shooting free throws in the gym all the time. You're getting that percentage up. Even if you have a good percentage, there's always more room to work with there. As with 3:13 on the clock, it's Lenning for the basketball. Went towards her left and tries to get it back to the right. Up top now it's Anderson. Anderson towards the right, and she walked to the basketball that time for a turnover.
You know, Tyler, and then when you start looking at the basketball literature, and then you find out that all the free throw records are held by people that shoot underhand. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like people should give that a second thought, maybe? Maybe a few more players should try that out, or is it just ridiculous?
You know, maybe you could put a little more touch on the basketball underhanded. I feel like you could bank in a lot of shots underhanded. It might be easier to do that. So if you really want to use the glass on free throws, underhand may be the way to go.
Once those guys perfect it, I think they got it down.
And Tegas draws contact, powers it up and in, and scores. Off the pass by Nielsen. Tegas is really picking up right where she left off. We've seen some aggressive drives by the Bishop Garrigan freshman, taking it into the crowded paint area and scoring.
Well, it's impressive about Tegas and the Garrigan Post is they seem to almost have a better chance at making those close shots if there's contact. Tegas really absorbs that contact well, stays focused and puts it through. And she puts the free throw through as well.
She puts the free throw through overhanded. She's almost a 60% free throw shooter so far this season, and she has 5 points. Deflection in the front court, and Bishop Garrigan steals the ball from Eagle Grove. Tegas outlets to Hoagland, all by herself, and too strong on the layup. Ball got batted out of bounds by Lenning. Bishop Garrigan will keep it. But that is kind of the story of the first half. It's good Bishop Garrigan has the 32-11 lead. They're doing some things well, but again, just a missed layup so far in this game. I'm sure that's something that'll be still harped on by Coach Schwab at halftime. As we have a shoe-tying moment here. Shoe-tying timeout for Tatum Edwards for Eagle Grove.
Well, what a relief to have some missed easy layups on a game where you're ahead 32-11. But, you know, sometimes players rise to the occasion. They also fall to the occasion.
Alish in the corner, unleashes the three and finds the bottom of the net. 35-11 Bishop Garrigan.
That's the first. That's the first good-looking three-point shot. Alish made a nice arch on that shot.
And they're calling a flop warning on Carly Nielsen. If you're watching on our video stream, you saw Nielsen fall down in front of Alish in the corner that time. So they're giving a flop warning there. They're saying that fall to the ground wasn't warranted there if the contact on Nielsen.
Well, she was screening to get Sasha Alish open, and so I'm sure the Eagle Grove player tried to push through the screen, and Carly fell. And Tyler, I don't broadcast every game with you. This is the first one that I've been a part of where I've seen a flop warning.
Yeah, they're called pretty sparingly. I don't think I've seen one in any Garrigan games or games involving Garrigan yet this season, as there's a push into foul by Nielsen. That'll be her second personal.
Nielsen gets called for that flop as I don't think she's been called for that before, and she's maybe a little flustered with that, a little flushed, and then she's come back playing extra hard, gets called for the foul there.
Yeah, it's one of those rules this year. You know, you hear it in the NFL a lot, points of emphasis. That's one of those new points of emphasis this year in girls high school basketball as the ball was thrown out of bounds by Eagle Grove. They were targeting Anderson in the left corner and threw it away. And it was once again in the area of Gary the Bear. I wasn't watching Gary, though. Did he go for that ball? Did he learn from his mistake last time?
I'm just a little concerned because now there's an officer standing right next to Gary the Bear.
Here's a three-point ball by Ferris. It rims out, but Nielsen grabs the rebound and goes right back outside to Ferris. Around the perimeter to Hoagland. Contested free from the left wing. Missed it off to the left. And flying in for the rebound for Eagle Grove is Edwards. Edwards into the front court. Is able to thread the pass to Edwards. To Edwards, that is. Missed on the layup, though. And it'll be a jump ball on Eagle Grove as the Eagles will keep possession. Got to keep the Edwardses straight. There were three of them on the floor at one point for the Eagles. Tatum Edwards missed on that last shot, but the Eagles fought for the offensive board. Eastman and Roffler back in for the Golden Bears, and Shield back in for Eagle Grove.
Well, the Eagles have got a few decent looks at the basket, but their shooting percentage is just not there to put those buckets in. A lot of their good buckets have come off of second chances.
Edwards in the right corner, unleashes the three, a little bit too strong, trying to chase down an own miss. It's off her leg, though, and picked up by Eastman. Eastman's pass deflected, and a foul on Eagle Grove. That'll be 5 on Eagle Grove here, so Bishop Garrigan will head down to the other end and shoot free throws.
Well, Tyler, that might give me a chance to run out to the lobby. It's fundraising season here at Garrigan, and I hear the new fundraiser tonight is giant cookies, and I see one coming from our right. I hope this is a delivery for you, because if it is, I know you don't need a ton of sweets, and I'm going to have half of that.
I was going to say, they're low on supply, I know that, so you may want to sprint down there at halftime because those...
here comes Andy Cooper right now, coming in stage right. Oh, this is exciting.
This is the most excitement that Beanie's seen all week as that free throw goes down for Eastman.
Oh, from Andy Cooper, thank you. We got a giant cookie delivery. Oh, that's fantastic.
Well, if you hear crunching in the background, it's Beanie chowing down here while this game's going on as there's a foul, a push called against Bishop Garrigan. That'll be their third foul. 37-11 as Tickets made those past couple of free throws.
Oh, wow, it smells delicious. I'm going to put that over here by me. We're going to eat that at halftime.
You can hear the crinkling and natural sound of the wrapper on the background, folks. That's good broadcast audio right there.
Awesome.
Eagle Grove will inbound here from the baseline of 1:30 on the clock. They will get it into Edwards, but we have a point towards the Eagle Grove bench and a timeout called here before the inbounds pass. So 60-second timeout. We'll take the timeout and let Beanie chow down on the cookie. You're on Hometown Radio,
Great
KLGA.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Central Financial Group, where you belong.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona Tree Service.
Styles Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small. They love them all.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
All bringing you this ball game. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Well, folks, we lost Beanie. He turns into the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street and started chowing down as Eagle Grove gets the inbounds pass to Edwards, and she lays it up and in. There's 2 for Tatum Edwards, 37-13, Bishop Garrigan.
Oh, man, that is a delicious cookie. Next Thursday, they're going to have cookies again. This might be the new best fundraiser at Bishop Garrigan. Cookies on Thursday night.
Cookie Thursdays, folks. Bishop Garrigan plays Newman Catholic 1 week from tonight as Eastman. Nice underhand handoff to Tagus. Missed too strong for the glass, though. Roffler off the board and gets it outside to Alish. Out to the right to Bartolo, lets it fly for 3, rims out, Eastman another rebound, a putback and a score. 18 points by Eastman.
You know, the basket always looks good going through the hoop, but you got to recognize Eastman for her positioning for that rebound. She boxed out 2 Eagle Grove players to get that board. Nicely done.
Here's Willard, dealing it outside to Anderson. Hands the ball off to Edwards. Edwards off glass, no. And the fingertip rebound by Eastman as Edwards tries to poke the ball away. Eastman out to Bartolo, leaks out down the floor, and she scores off glass. 33 seconds left in the half. First field goal for Bartolo, and it's 41-13 Bishop Garrigan. Barreling into the front court. Anderson floater from the baseline, no. Rebound ripped away in the lane by Eastman. She took it out of the hands of Shield. Out to Bartolo again, down the floor again, hits it off the side of the glass, though. And the rebound by Eagle Grove as Willard brings it in. Final 14 seconds of the quarter. Sprinting up the floor is Anderson. Anderson passes to the left block, and that is going to be a tie-up as Roffler got in there for Anderson.
You know, I like this aggressiveness of Anderson, Edwards, and company for Eagle Grove. Showing some fire there, pushing that tempo, driving hard to the basket. Have gotten a couple good looks at the basket in close.
Now they have 9.3 seconds left. Possession arrow is towards Eagle Grove on the jump ball as Willard will inbound. The Eagle Grove freshman setting up here along the near side baseline. Bishop Garrigan defends the inbounds play with a 2-3 look. 9 seconds left in the quarter. Clean inbounds. Ball in the hands of Anderson. She fights it up. No. Tapped back into play, though, by Willard. It is out of bounds, and of 2.3 seconds left, Bishop Garrigan will have it back as Willard just smacked the ball too hard all the way out of bounds.
Now Garrigan will probably just take a long shot here, but 2.5 seconds. See how close can they get to the hoop here.
Bartolo from half court passes into Eastman. She bobbles the ball, and it is no good at the buzzer. Didn't get the shot off anyways. The emphasis continues for Bishop Garrigan to get the ball inside to Eastman. They've done it tonight as Eastman has scored 18 points. Golden Bears lead 41-13. We head to halftime here on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio. For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Good Samaritan Society, Algona's senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, Algona's locally owned coffee shop.
Tangle Salon for all your cuts, colors, hair extensions, and massage therapy needs.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840.
All bringing you this ball game.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game.
Runkey Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runkey Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Erpelding Voigt and Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
All bringing you this ball game.
It is halftime here from Bishop Garrigan High School as the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears lead the Eagle Grove Eagles 41-13 in this top of Iowa West matchup. I'm Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodie. Looking at the scoring by quarter, it's been all Bishop Garrigan tonight. Golden Bears outscored the Eagles 18-4 in the first quarter. They outscored the Eagles 23-9 during the second quarter. Graceland Eastman, the lone Golden Bear in double figures of 18 points so far, but she's been joined with several other players scoring as well. Stacia Aller scoring 6 points, 5 points so far by Madeline Tegas. A couple of points tonight, 2 for Emmy Bartolo, 2 points by Ava Roffler, and 3 points by Alyssa Hoagland so far in tonight's game. And other important stats for tonight, numerous cookies eaten by Beanie Bodie. How many calories are from cookies do you think you've consumed so far tonight?
Well, I am on a American recommended 6,000 calorie a day diet, and I think that the cookies I've eaten today account for about 2,000 calories of that diet. But boy, they are delicious, and they're monstrous. These huge cookies, they're so good. You know what? They sold out of the first round. I was told by Andy Cooper they made a round of cookies, see if people wanted to buy these cookies, and they're so good. Everybody bought the first round and we got to go out and we got to mix up another batch of dough. So they did, made them in the Garrigan cafeteria, hot out of the oven, giant chocolate chip cookies. They're delicious. I got to say, this is my new favorite fundraiser. Just barely in front of the Chuck-a-Duck fundraiser. I do like the Chuck-a-Duck.
Well, get excited, Beanie, because I may or may not have seen a crate that had ducks inside of it somewhere inside the Bishop Garrigan High School today. So that might be something for boys halftime. But a lot of fun stuff going on here at Bishop Garrigan. One thing that is going on as well is the basketball game. And I've said this a lot of times so far tonight, Beanie. Coach Schwab is really good at picking an area he thinks is an issue for the Golden Bears and really dialing in on that area, especially when you got a game like this when the score is a little bit out of hand right now. And I think that issue that Coach Schwab has identified is we need more points in the paint offensively. Garrigan, they are really hunting out those points in the paint tonight. Not a ton of three-point shots. They're really focusing on getting the ball inside to Tegas, Eastman, and Nielsen.
Yeah, you're right. Totally right. It's plainly obvious here, even though Eagle Grove is playing the 2-3 defense and they are collapsing on Eastman with at least a double team, often triple, and sometimes all 4 girls in the lane are all collapsing on her. They're still focusing on getting that ball inside, getting those reps down in the paint, because you can only get. You hope that you can only get better. You definitely don't want to get worse in a game like this. You get up 41-13. Sometimes you start to do things poorly. I think they've done a good job of not doing that. They haven't pull out the cliches, taken their foot off the gas, relax, played not to lose, whatever you want to say. They've kept going after it. They kept working on it. And they've also, Tyler, I thought, done a real nice job of getting other players in the game to get some really valuable game experience. Zoe Montag out sick, I guess, and she, even if it wasn't a sickness, you got to think a game like this is a great opportunity to give some players kind of a chance to rest. Tuesday night was a hard game against Forest City. It was physical. It was fast. It took everything they had. It was a great game. I think I'm tired from it, and all I had to do was talk about it. So you can imagine that some of these girls need some rest, and Coach Schwab has used his bench tonight.
Yeah, think about someone like Addison Ferris getting more minutes tonight. They left Nielsen on the floor for long stretches of time. And speaking of which, I really love that way that Carly Nielsen, Madeline Tegas, they're really leading the way in effort right now for Bishop Garrigan, setting the tone. We've probably seen 5 or 6 offensive boards already by Nielsen. A lot of offensive boards by Eastman as well. But I really feel that Tegas and Nielsen especially brought some good energy tonight to this matchup.
Oh, for sure. It's nice to see Tegas having a good game. Her father, Merle Tegas, is the North Union coach, and they often have games on the same night Garrigan does. But since this is a rescheduled game, not originally on the calendar, he's able to come watch his daughter play tonight. So that's cool. So it's nice to see that she's having a good game. Sometimes, you want to play extra good for someone in the stands, and when you try so hard at something, sometimes the opposite happens. That never happens in a race for you, Tyler, does it? Where you set your sights on it and it just doesn't go the way you plan. But Tegas having a good game so far in front of her Padre. And I see Fro over there in the stands. He's a longtime Garrigan basketball coach. Good crowd here on hand tonight. And, go back to Ferris. There's a lot of tradition here at Garrigan and a lot of traditional family names. Things like Freilich over there. I just mentioned Fro's here. And you might not know the Ferris name. Who's she? Is she new? Well, she's just a freshman. And she just moved into the area. Her family moved in from the Denison area, I believe. But I know her father is the Kossuth County Economic Development guy. and they just moved to town. So, boy, she's great to have her join in because, as you saw in the first half, she's got some basketball skills.
She certainly does. She's given Bishop Garrigan some good minutes off the bench here tonight, and we'll likely see more of her in the second half, really adding that three-point dynamic to the Garrigan lineup. Well, at halftime, it's Bishop Garrigan 41, Eagle Grove 13. We're about 3 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll get to that coming up on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
We've got more Sports Club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Lictor's Garage Door Service and new installations. A reputation you can trust. Call 515-295-5988.
Ed Service Station, service you can trust.
J&J Custom Meats, continuing the traditions in Whittemore.
Ulrich Construction, let them do the work.
Sports Club members bringing you this game. We've got more Sports Club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Gray Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio. For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Hey Golden Bear fans, this is Grayson Eastman, and you're listening to Bishop Garrigan Basketball on KLGA.
Start of the third quarter here on Hometown Radio KLGA's. The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears lead the Eagle Grove Eagles 41-13. Graceland Eastman right now leading all scorers with 18 points. To begin the second half, Bishop Garrigan will begin with Bartolo, Eastman, Olish, Tigas, and Roffler. Eagle Grove will counter in their lineup of Edwards, Shield, Willard, Anderson, and Edwards. So Bishop Garrigan on top. They scored 23 points during that second quarter, getting up here 41-13 at halftime as the Golden Bears looking to snap the now one-game losing streak after they dropped that game earlier this week against Forest City. Eagle Grove, meanwhile, they have lost 8 in a row, won their season opener against Southeast Valley, but since that time have dropped 8 straight games. Waiting here for the start of the second half. We've got to wait for the officials to get back out on the court. I don't know, Beanie, maybe those officials went out at halftime and got one of those giant cookies from the lobby.
You know what? I bet they did, because I know where those officials hang out at halftime. They've got a room to themselves, but I know they have to walk right past the lobby, tempted by the pizza and the cookies and all the great American fare we have out there.
Oh, well, one official just walked back in, and he's doing a chewing motion in his mouth.
Chewing.
So he's eating something. I don't know what it is, though.
I don't think that's gum either. He's definitely chewing on something. Here comes another official. All right, they're gonna matriculate back into this gym one by one. All the girls are ready to go. Here comes the third official. He's stopping to talk to Gary the Bear.
Oh man, It's a great night for everyone here. You've got the giant cookies at Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears have the basketball. They move from left to right on the radio dials. We begin the second half. Olish passes to Tagus down on the right side, working the baseline. Getting it to Roffler, now out top to Bartolo. Around the perimeter to Olish. Back into Eastman, left block. Gets to the center of the lane and puts it up and in.
Nice job. The Bears ran that play out of halftime. If you're a Bear fan, they love that lob play in the back screen. They ran it to Capacious last year. They've run it over the years. That time they ran it to Tigas, but it wasn't quite there. They're going to keep working on that play.
That's the thing, too. You still get 2 points out of possession where the initial play that you were running didn't really work out. You still got a great post touch for Eastman and the 2 points there to give her 20. Eagle Grove has the ball right now. Willard down to left corner to Tatum Edwards. Edwards stops the baseline, bounce pass into the lane, peeled away by Eastman, who underhands it to Bartolo. Goes back to left to Tigas, threw it a little behind her as Tigas was able to track it down. Tigas across the half-court line. Bucket is towards the right. Bartolo on the right wing, dribbles left around the perimeter, as Bishop Garrigan leads by 30 right now. 7 minutes on the clock in the third quarter. Roffler slings it across to Olish. A catch-and-shoot three-point try, and Olish swishes it. Boy, Stacia Olish's jumper looking good the past couple of games, or what?
Boy, she's always been a good player, but this year, just the confidence level is just times 10. And any player with confidence plays so much better. Steal by Eastman. Olish is running the floor with her.
Eastman running the floor. She takes it herself. Ball got peeled away. It rolls to Olish. And Olish blew a tire. Ball rolls out towards half court. And Tigas picks it up before it crosses the half court line. Bishop Garrigan gets into the offense now as Olish has it deep on the left wing. Now into left corner to Bartolo. On the elbow to Tigas. Back to left corner to Bartolo. Sees the three-pointer as she likes. It rims out. Rebounded, though, by Roffler. Out to Olish. Olish from downtown. Rims out, no good. Eastman had the rebound off her hand, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bishop Garrigan as Roffler couldn't quite chase it down.
You know, you get players like Olish and Roffler and Bartolo and, boy, everyone. They put so much time in these gyms shooting those shots. You got that home court advantage. It just feels like muscle memory. The vision, the hoop, the everything. When they let those things fly, just the confidence really helps.
Speaking of which, Olish now has 9 points tonight. Number 2 leading scorer for Bishop Garrigan behind Eastman. As Eagle Grove has the basketball, bucket is towards our left. Bounce passing into lane is Edwards. She'll find Shield. Shield misses off glass, though, from the left side. Trying to shoot out of the right hand. Garrigan outlets to Bartolo. Bartolo 1-on-2, draws contact, and she'll be shooting 2 free throws.
Bartolo's so quick. She's able to catch that ball in step, just like a wide receiver. Doesn't have to slow down at all. Good pass. She just explodes to the basket with her quickness. Picks up the foul. 2 players right there fouled her. Gets her to the line.
Foul will be called against Anderson, her second personal. Now on Holly Anderson as Bartolo converts on the first free throw.
You know, speaking from experience, I'm one that likes to give the fouls. So if someone gets fouled by 2 people, I guess it's just the referee's discretion. He's got to pick one of them.
Yeah, you got to pick who the guilty party was as Bartolo knocks down the free throw.
I would love to see if referees came over and said, fouls are on these 2 people. They both hacked her.
You get half a foul. Kind of like football players get half a sack.
Yeah, half a foul.
Eagle Grove has the ball, and they throw it away to Roffler. They don't have it for long. Outlets to Olish. Olish all by her lonesome. Lays it up and in. Give her double digits of 11 points. 50-13 Golden Bears. Olish approaching her season average of 11.8 points per game. As Olish knocks the ball away near half court, Eagle Grove picks back up with Edwards. Roffler in there as well, and that'll be a foul whistled against Roffler. Her first personal. Roffler, if you're just tuning in, drawing the start tonight. Zoe Montag out. And that has allowed Bishop Garrigan to go deeper into the bench tonight. We've seen a lot of minutes so far by Addison Ferris off the bench, working her way into that rotation tonight for the Golden Bears. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. 50-13 Bishop Garrigan. Shield goes out to the right to Willard. Back into Shield, intercepted by Tagus along the baseline as they shot it over Shield's arms. The Bishop Garrigan freshman brings it up the floor, gets it in the corner to Olish, right back to Eastman, now out to Bartolo, rotates towards Roffler. Roffler on the three-point ball, a little bit strong, Tagus off as a board, power dribbles, puts it up, tough shot, but it rolls in.
Boy, she elevates, got a great vertical, gets off the ground. Here comes some subs from Coach Schwab coming in the game. You know, Garrigan's got 15 players on their roster, as do many.
Timeout by Eagle Grove, 30-second timeout.
Outside that 15 on the roster, I'm not sure how many. I think that's everybody. I think, you know, we're not a huge school. There's not 40 girls on this roster. So, yeah, 15 girls down there suited. And we'll see before the end of the night. He's gone without Zoe suiting tonight. I think he's gone with 8 players. We'll see. Perhaps tonight we'll see some of these players we haven't seen.
Well, we'll see some more. Brooklyn Birdie's going to get ready to check in here in just a minute. Ferris and Nielsen also appear ready to come back into the ball game for Bishop Garrigan coming out of the timeout as the Golden Bears are up 52-13. On the floor right now for Bishop Garrigan, and it's going to be Birdie, Ferris, Tagus, Nielsen, and Hoagland. As Eagle Grove has the basketball, Willard inbounding from the far side of the court. Golden Bears up 52-13. Won their matchups last year against Eagle Grove 64-15 and 62-24 as left of the lane, it's Lenning. Lenning had some good jump shots the first half. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by Bishop Garrigan.
You know, Lenning and does a nice job there cutting to the ball, but she just got caught in no man's land in the double team.
Shield gets the basketball over to Willard on the left wing, looking into the lane. Catch made by Lenning. Works to the right around Birdie. Tough shot. Lenning draws the foul. She'll shoot 2.
Well, you got to appreciate that player's aggressiveness to the hoop. She is playing hard, working on her game.
All right, Beanie, well, I'm going to ask you this. How's your health been this winter? Have you been avoiding the illness bug and the sickness bug, all that sort of thing?
Oh, knock on wood, Tyler. I have been avoiding all the illness fantastically, which is really hard if you're a high school teacher, or we're 3 through 12 here. There's plenty of germs in my workplace, and I have managed to stay healthy so far.
Both free throws missed for Eagle Grove, and Nielsen rebounds for Bishop Garrigan. Well, that's good news, Beanie, because you avoid the sickness, you avoid that common cold, you wouldn't be in trouble in Italy. A recent new law was passed in the town of Belcastro, Italy, as Nielsen has the basketball right now, powers it up, no, rebounded by Eagle Grove. The mayor of Belcastro passed a new ordinance where it's now illegal for citizens to get sick. He doesn't want them taxing the healthcare system. So if you catch the cold, you might be spending a night in the clink in Italy. What do you think about that?
Oh, my gosh.
Judge Beanie, what do you think? What's the punishment for getting sick? As there's a score by Eagle Grove with 3:34 on the clock and a foul.
I think the punishment that you should have to get a worse health care plan than you have, Tyler. What? You go to jail if you have a cold? That can't be real. You're telling me this is a joke story.
They don't actually go to jail, though. They don't go to jail. But it is an ordinance passed by the mayor that you're not allowed to get sick.
Jail is the worst health care plan I've ever heard of. Sick, go to jail.
They waved that bucket off for Eagle Grove. It came after the fouls. There's a three-point look by Edwards, no. Rebounded in the lane by the Eagles. A jumper from the baseline, Lenning, no. Tapped around, and Birdie grabs the rebound for outlet the floor to Hoagland. Hoagland to the Ferris. Ferris streaks in the bucket, lets the defender fly by, puts it up and in.
Oh, great unselfish play by the Bears. That gets the players off the bench. They're cheering for these players in there, and that's a nice fast break.
Yeah, but anyways, more of the story. Don't get sick. Gotta will it away if you get anything. Pass towards the lane, knocked away by Ferris. She cut in front of Edwards to knock it away. Tegas got the ball, but then she traveled.
Now, that is to say, Tyler, there's 5 people in my household, and they've all been sick. That's why I feel so fortunate. I've somehow gotten through unscathed.
Say, we need that Beanie immune system to be firing on all cylinders here so we can have you for Garrigan basketball all throughout the winter. From the baseline, it's Edwards. Edwards outside. As she'll find Willard. Back into the left corner to Edwards. Drives by, Tegas along the baseline. Good help defense by Nielsen. Bounce pass towards Lenning, who works it outside to Maya Edwards. Maya Edwards across to Tatum Edwards. 21 on the shot clock. 54-13 Bishop Garrigan as Eagle Grove has the basketball right now. Lenning back over to Edwards. Looking inside. They try to get the Shield that's off her hands. It goes to the foul line. Lenning no good on the jumper. Shield cleanup. No good on the follow. And Nielsen rips the rebound away from everyone, including Tegas. Then passes to Tegas. The Bishop Garrigan freshman runs the floor. Tegas deals out to Hoagland. Catch and shoot on the tray. Too strong air ball. Rebounded far side of the court by Willard. And Willard throws a dangerous pass, intercepted by Hoagland. Hoagland driving inside, and she draws the foul with 1:43 left in the third.
Good aggressiveness by Hoagland. So what about you, Tyler, on your trip for the holidays back to Ohio? Did you manage to avoid all the illnesses that are running rampant? You stay healthy? You still employ the...
I did stay healthy. We're doing well so far this winter. It's weird. I got sick like twice in quick succession right before basketball season, but I think we got it out of the way before then, or hopefully we did anyways.
Yeah, because you got to take care of those pipes. You can't be coughing and hacking and losing your voice. It's important stuff. That's your livelihood.
It is, as Hoagland's at the foul line right now for Bishop Garrigan. Well, that foul last one was number 4 on Edwards.
They're going to clear out the lane. The Eagle Grove bench just got warned. And maybe, were they issued an official technical? I thought it was just a warning, but maybe they did get issued an official technical.
They must have been here because, yeah, Hoagland, like you said, they cleared out the lane, and Hoagland shooting by herself as she knocks down the foul shot.
Well, if it's a technical foul, it's the most mild technical foul I've seen. No one was real upset there or anything. It just must have been some words not cared for by the officials.
So Hoagland makes the 2 technical free throws. Now she's going to take the 2 free throws from being fouled.
So what's your secret, Tyler? I take a lot of vitamin C. Is that what you do, or do you still employ the ancient practice of bloodletting every night?
No bloodletting for me. I'll tell you what, folks, getting out for a morning jog in the crisp winter air, that's a great way to stay healthy. It keeps you active. As Hoagland makes all 4 free throws, she has 10 points, and Bishop Garrigan has a 58-13 lead. I'll tell you what, folks, throw your thermometers out. Don't look at your weather app on the phone. Just get out the door and start running. You'll thank me later.
You know, I am impressed. I saw it was 2 degrees the other day, and that's actually one of the first things I thought when I woke up. I looked at the temperature and I thought, and Tyler's going to go out and run in this stuff. Not me, folks. I'm at the YMCA on the treadmill.
Hey, better than nothing. 1:37 on the clock, 58-13 Bishop Garrigan. Hoagland has now joined Alshan Eastman in double figures of 10 points. Hoagland on the near side, lets it fly, hits the 3. Oh. Nothing but net for Hoagland.
Hoagland has come in this quarter and has lit it up. She's playing some aggressive ball and nails that 3. Nice job by the lefty.
Here's a shot by Eagle Grove, no good, and Hoagland lassos the rebound for Bishop Garrigan. The Golden Bear Jr. now bringing it up the floor against Edwards with 1:12 left in the quarter. 61-13 Golden Bears. Here's the drive by Ferris, pulling up for the jumper. Bounces off the cup, no. Rebounded by Eagle Grove as Willard secured that last rebound. Final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Pass jumped by Birdie off her legs and out of bounds as the clock runs here with Bishop Garrigan up by more than 35. Eagle Grove will inbound from in front of the Gary the Bear.
Boy, as if time didn't go fast enough in life. You know, when you're watching sports and that clock never stops, it just feels like you have no time to get a game in.
Eagle Grove with the ball right now. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock running here as Bishop Garrigan leads 61-13. With the ball, Lenning driving her way in and shuffling the shoes. Roffler put up a brick wall on defense, and Lenning travels.
So there we go. That's a travel. I'm going to keep track here. The clock keeps running. And the whistle blew at 30 seconds. Oh, now they did stop the clock because the official told them to stop the clock. Calls another warning at Eagle Grove for delaying the game by knocking the basketball after it went through the hoop. And so now we're back. So that will stop the clock. But that was 7 seconds after the travel. Now the clock will continue to run.
It's been a very by-the-books officiating game here as Birdie has it in the short corner. She'll rise for the jumper. Bit too strong. Rebounded by Nielsen, though, again. Another offensive board by Bishop Garrigan's Carly Nielsen, and the Golden Bears get it back outside. 9 on the game clock. Birdie to the cutting Nielsen. She's in a sandwich, tries to power it up. No good as the ball rolls away. It's collected by Roffler. It's being ripped at, and it's a jump ball. Roffler got tied up with Maya Edwards that time as the third quarter comes to an end. Bishop Garrigan up big at 61-13 as we head to the fourth. We'll take this timeout right here on KLGA 92.7.
More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for health care.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill, for wicked good food, drinks, and service. You gotta go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
Hey Golden Bear fans, this is Madeline Tiggis. You're listening to Bishop Garrigan Basketball on KLGA.
Start of the fourth quarter here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Bishop Garrigan outscores Eagle Grove 21-0 in the third, and the Golden Bears lead 61-13 as we begin the fourth quarter. Eagle Grove has the basketball, moving right to left on the radio dial. Here's the drive towards the lane, the stop by Edwards, and the pass left side. Tatum Edwards fighting Maya Edwards. Now it's up top to Anderson. Down towards the baseline, looking for Shield. Out of bounds as the Eagles cough it up. The turnovers have been plentiful tonight, some forced by the Golden Bears, some unforced errors as well. As Ferris will run point now for Bishop Garrigan. It's Ferris, Nielsen, Hoagland, Roffler, and Birdie on the floor for the Golden Bears, the same lineup that they ended the third with. Birdie finds Nielsen, edge of the paint, she pumps, she goes by the defender, missed the shot, as Shield was able to get her arms in the vision of Nielsen that time. Back up the court comes Eagle Grove, 40 seconds gone here in the quarter. Into the right corner to Edwards, guarded by Hoagland. Edwards takes a couple of dribbles around the perimeter, works her way back to the top of the key, and she'll give the ball off to Edwards. Maya Edwards handing it off to Tatum Edwards. Bishop Garrigan playing man-to-man here for this reserve unit. As Edwards flings it across the right side, caught by Maya Edwards, looking inside to Shield. Nielsen with another knock away, and she steals it. She has been all over the court tonight.
Boy, she is a hustler. Here comes Ava Rothler. Kicks it to Hoagland, who's had the hot hand.
Hoagland another three and another make. 16 points by Alyssa Hoagland, who is getting hot tonight from three-point land.
Oh, just another one of the streaky shooting guards. When they're on, you have to find them and get them the ball. Hoagland's got the hot lefty hand now.
Hoagland came in averaging 3 points per game. She has 16 tonight. Number 2 in the Golden Bears behind the 20 of Eastman, who stopped playing about midway through the third quarter as Coach Schwab went to the bench. Foul on Bishop Garrigan of 6:28 on the clock. Second personal on Birdie. Not an active shooting as Eagle Grove will inbound from the baseline. This is the week where things finally kind of get rolling after winter break. You play that game beating in the first week out of winter break, North Iowa on Friday, but then you have the whole weekend to kind of sit around. This week, not a lot of rest for the weary. That was a draining game, like you said, Tuesday night against Forest City, as the jumper by Edwards is no good. Then you play back-to-back nights here against Eagle Grove and West Hancock, and these are the kind of nights if you're Bishop Garrigan, you've got to find a way to create your own energy, especially with how draining Tuesday was.
Yeah, you do have to create your own energy, and you got to create your own energy, Tyler, because I've seen your schedule. You don't just call the games for the Bears. You got a lot of area teams that you follow. You don't have a night off until March.
There's a three-point ball by Hoagland, as out of bounds, Birdie tried to save it, and it will go back to Eagle Grove. Well, we're going to have a lot of Golden Bear games on the radio for you folks coming up, especially so next week. We'll start off on Monday and Tuesday as Bishop Garrigan plays West Bend Mallard on Monday night. West Bend Mallard's girls undefeated right now, Beanie, and they're playing tonight as well. If they win, they'll start 10-0 as there's an interception by Hoagland. Hoagland runs the floor, lays it up, and good. Then after that, Garrigan returns to conference play on Tuesday night against Belmont Clemmy. So after Garrigan plays West Hancock tomorrow night, we'll have those Monday, Tuesday games for you here on the YouTube stream. But Coach Schwab always likes the tough non-conference games, Beanie. He's all about getting his team tests, and I think the West Bend Mallard girls might be a tougher team than Garrigan maybe anticipated on the schedule coming into the season.
No, for sure, and that experience against Forest City and Newell Fonda earlier, those 2 losses that the Bears have taken, certainly made them a stronger team to face West Bend coming up, but that's going to be a fun game. Very athletic West Bend team. I just know that from watching them play volleyball and last year running track, and yeah, some athletes over there.
Maya Edwards now with the chance for the and one as she got fouled and put the shot in. That West Bend team, the thing that's going to really challenge Garrigan, that West Bend team defends hard. They are going to give maximum effort on defense and really pester the Golden Bears in that game as the free throw bounces off, no good. Rebound popped loose in the lane. Eagle Grove trying to control it, and that'll be a tie-up. Got all kinds of subs in here for Bishop Garrigan. Lillian Erpeling-Wickman into the ball game. Shiloh Trainer as well on the floor for the Golden Bears. She has entered into this one. Also on the floor right now for Bishop Garrigan, Bree Ludwig into the ball game, and Jenna Peterson. That's your 5 right now for the Golden Bears. Erpeling-Wickman uncorks the three-point ball off the front of the cup. Rebound tracks down in the corner, but out of bounds as Ludwig couldn't quite chase that one down.
So a little taste of the floor for everybody. We kind of see the hierarchy. Hoagland, of course, was just owning here the last few minutes because she's one of those players. Boy, for the last 3 years, Hoagland has always been that guard that always comes off the bench to give good minutes and give breathers. And she's kind of that person that's obviously the first person in.
Here's the cut to the bucket by Edwards, missed on the shot. Rebound is ripped away by Shield, but it is a tie-up before the rip away. They've been calling the jump balls pretty quick here tonight, making sure that those get called here when 2 players get the hands on the ball.
Yeah, you've got a lot of players out there right now that are playing for pride. If you're the Eagles and if you're the Bears, you're trying to get as good a minutes as you can and get yourself noticed.
Yeah, you get everyone to play here tonight. I've always said this about Garrigan teams in the past. This is where Garrigan really develops their advantage. They play in a lot of blowouts, so they get a lot of players varsity action as Erpeling-Wickman catches the feed from Trainer and she scores. Trainer the assist, Erpeling-Wickman the bucket.
Good timing on that pass by Shiloh Trainer. Wickman running the floor well, hustling all the way through. You always got to hustle because that might be your shot. You never know if it's going to come to you or not. Don't stand and watch the play. That's good hustle by the youngsters.
And that ball nearly thrown out of bounds. Last touch by Bishop Garrigan. Eagle Grove will go to the bench. Aslan Asmonson coming into the game.
We call all these sports, doesn't matter what sport, football, baseball, volleyball, basketball now, like you have an appreciation for how good the varsity starters are at this point when you see the reserves come in, and it all becomes clear like that is why they're the starters. Like it's just varsity basketball is just a different animal.
And timeout by Eagle Grove. They were worried about the 5-second call there along the far side of the court before the inbounds play as they take this 30-second timeout. While they take this timeout, big thank you to our video streaming sponsors presenting this broadcast. They include Chemna Auto Center, which is not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Algona Freeman Auto Body, we meet by accident. And PMC Advantage Insurance Services, where having the advantage makes all the difference. Final 4 minutes of this game are going to fly by. Here's the clock will run. Bishop Garrigan up 68-15. Then after that, we've got boys basketball action in Beanie. The Bishop Garrigan boys in a very similar spot that the Garrigan girls are in. Disappointing loss on Tuesday night to Forest City. A game that came down to the wire. A game that expended a lot of emotional energy. Now, Garrigan's got to bounce back here tonight, bring some energy of their own, and get that offense back on track after Forest City really sort of mucked things up that night.
Yeah, that was just a heartbreaking loss there on a very hard-fought game between Forest City and Garrigan. So now they have to, like you said, Ted, just totally rebound. They've been through the same thing we've been talking about. We've been having final exams here at Garrigan. They probably had a hard practice yesterday. It's a Thursday night, which feels a little out of rhythm. And so this will be a challenge for the Garrigan Bears boys team to just really get back on the horse and see if they can maintain the very good season they've got in front of them. I know a couple boys we're really looking forward to tonight, but also a little apprehensive.
And there's a jump ball forced by Bishop Garrigan. We'll talk about this more when the boys game comes around, but Eagle Grove's boys have really improved the past couple of seasons from what they've been in previous years. So this is by no means a game that Garrigan can fall asleep on, as there's an interception on the pass. Edwards jumped in and she runs to the bucket for 2. Garrigan fell asleep on that inbounds play as they didn't anticipate Edwards. Now it's Birdie weaving towards the front court as we get the camera over to the right. Ludwig gets it outside for a 3-point ball. Rims out, no good. Rebounded by Erpeling Wickman, puts it back up, no. Rebounded in the lane by Eagle Grove. There's a fight for the basketball, and there's a tie-up as Peterson got her hands in there to force the jump ball with 2:30 left. So possession arrow towards Eagle Grove here of 2:25 and taking in this one.
Got 4 freshmen and a sophomores in there for Garrigan. 2:20, clock will be running.
And Eagle Grove will bring it up here with 2:15 left. Anderson across half court. Passes to Monson. In between the circles right now. Being pestered as Ludwig's hand in her face. Pass is thrown away. Erpeling Wickman takes it. She runs the floor. Bishop Garrigan out sprinting everyone. Erpeling Wickman takes it herself, and she will score. 70-17 Golden Bears with under 2 minutes left.
Once again, Wickman showing excellent speed in the open floor.
Working the dribble right now for Eagle Grove. Pamperin, who just checked into the ball game, and a foul whistle against Bishop Garrigan with 1:40 and ticking left in the quarter. That one on the floor. Boys team's waiting to come out of the tunnel here in just a little bit and get warmed up for their game. Got started a little early tonight. JV games got by quickly. They started this one 10 minutes early, so if you're just tuning in for the boys game here and wondering why it's going to be so early, we got a little started early tonight as Erpeling Wickman intercepts a pass, and then she got bumped out of bounds along the baseline. Foul on Eagle Grove as Anderson picks that up.
Well, Tyler, I don't know how early you got here to set up. Sometimes in the past, Eagle Grove has only played 2 quarters of JV, but I see they have 9 players on their bench down there, so pretty good numbers for the Eagle Grove team this year.
Yeah, it's a good sign. They played a full girls, or a full boys JV game, I should say, right ahead of us as Erpeling Wickman tries the baseline jumper. That one pinballs around, no good, and Anderson brings in the rebound. But yeah, enough for a full roster here. A lot of young players playing on the varsity team. We've seen some freshman minutes tonight for Eagle Grove. But after the 0-22 season last year, picked up that season opening win and looking to pick off a team or two here in conference play. They'll play North Iowa tomorrow night. That one could be a game where Eagle Grove has a chance to really do some damage in as that ball gets knocked out of bounds by Bishop Garrigan.
There's 30 seconds left here on the clock. Shot clock is still operating. Eagle Grove's got 15 to shoot. And they're getting some subs in, but every time you sub with that running clock, you lose valuable seconds.
Final 20 seconds in this one. Pass towards the corner, out of the reach of Edwards and out of bounds. I'll say this, Tatum Edwards, the freshman number 20 for Eagle Grove, she's played pretty much this whole game, even when things have gotten out of hand. She is not turned down the effort at all for the Eagles. There's a 3-point ball from the left side. Bree Ludwig from downtown. And that'll cap this one off. Half-court heave for Eagle Grove, no good, and that'll bring an end to this one. Bishop Garrigan takes care of business tonight. Final score, 73-17, as the Golden Bears are back on the winning track. Ludwig hits that final 3-pointer to provide the highlight to tonight. We'll step aside. We'll wrap it up coming up after this on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Grassmasters. Growing satisfied customers.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Glenn's Green Thumb. From a small seed, something beautiful will grow.
All bringing you this game on the radio. More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for health care.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodies. We wrap things up for game number 1 of our basketball doubleheader here on Hometown Radio KLGA. The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears defeat the Eagle Grove Eagles 73-17. Our video stream presented in part by Chemna Auto Center, Algona Municipal Utilities, Iowa State Bank, Algona Frame and Auto Body, and PMC Advantage Insurance Services. Diving into a couple of quick numbers here to wrap this one up. Scoring by quarter went Bishop Garrigan all the way. Golden Bears outscored the Eagles 18-4 in the first, 23-9 in the second, 21-0 in the third, and 12-4 in the fourth quarter, winning this one 73-17. 3 players ended in double digits for Bishop Garrigan as Graceland Eastman scored 20 points, Alyssa Hoagland had 16, and Seisha Alsh had 11. Madeline Tagus not too far off with 7 points in this one. Beanie, I'll start here. You see how a couple of new Golden Bears contribute. We saw more minutes from the bench tonight, and we saw a different starting lineup with Zoe Montag out of the game and Ava Roffler in. So some different Golden Bears stepped up tonight, and against Eagle Grove, we saw someone like Alyssa Hoagland really get on track with the three-point shooting. And I like that can really be a big confidence builder for Hoagland as she goes forward and plays a bigger role for this Garrigan team for the rest of the season.
Oh, for sure. That was very encouraging for Hoagland. She owned that third quarter. Looking back to see that they held Eagle Grove scoreless for the third quarter, and Hoagland was a big part of that. She had a couple steals, got out loose for layups, hit a couple big threes. Yeah, she's definitely a player that has been here the last 2 years contributing. She's had great minutes, big shots, big games, but she's always been coming off the bench, and she will continue to do so as long as Bartolo and Alish are playing just fantastic, because that's her spot. You know, there's a center, there's forwards, and there's guards, and Hoagland is a guard along with all those other stellar guards, and I love watching that lefty shoot those threes, because the lefty myself, I always have a soft spot for the lefties, and Hoagland, she owned this game here after the half. She did a fantastic job. But the other bench players coming off the bench also got some really valuable experience. And, you know, you got to love that opportunity as a coach to get those girls experience. But what I see as a casual fan and commentator is to see how well those girls work together and how much encouragement they got from the starters who are now on the bench. That shows that the team is solid. They're meshed together. They're working well together in practice still, because basketball's a long season. A lot of pressure right now with finals exams and things like that, and sometimes sometimes things get a little tense, but those girls coming off the bench were ready to go and did a nice job and got big support from their teammates as well. You said Eastman had 20 points. That was a very efficient 20 points, because I would have not have guessed that she had 20 points. But a good efficient game by Eastman. I'm sure she wishes she would have hit a few more shots, but she really owned that lane when she was in there.
And that's the thing for Bishop Garrigan. If you come out of tonight one thing to work on, it still feels like Bishop Garrigan missed too many point-blank shots in this ball game, and that's not just Eastman, it's several other players as well. Garrigan missed a couple of transition layups, and that's something Coach Schwab really talked about in the pregame show. You know, Garrigan's got to be strong with the basketball, and they get the offensive rebounds for the putbacks. You know, you've got to have good touch by the basket, and it still feels like Garrigan's working on a few issues there, and it's one of those where it gets in your head a little bit. You know, you miss some point-blank shots against Forest City. That can be a deciding factor in this game, and, you know, you almost try to aim the ball a little too much rather than just naturally reacting and putting it back up and in.
Yeah, there is something to be said about if you put too much thought into a shot, it's not going to go in. That's someone like Bartolo, and she shoots without thinking. It almost always goes in no matter where she's at. But tonight, you know, she's that type of player. She's a gamer. She responds to situations. She didn't have to tonight, so she kind of did a nice job of controlling the game, working other people involved. You didn't see Bartolo have to step up and hit any crazy Caitlin Clark distance threes or anything like that, because everyone else was getting the job done. But she continued to lead when she was on the floor and then from her spot on the bench as an encouraging leader on this team. So all in all, you know, it's a blowout in the book tomorrow, on the radio report tomorrow morning. Tyler, you're going to talk about a blowout by the Bishop Garrigan Bears, but still a lot gained from this game. So nice job for the Bears gaining something that was there to be had on this night of a blowout.
So Bishop Garrigan wins tonight. They improve to 8-2 overall, and they are now 6-1 in top of Iowa West play. The number 4 ranked Golden Bears play tomorrow night against West Hancock. Meanwhile, Eagle Grove, they drop their 9th game in a row. They fall to 1-9. They are 0-7 in the top of Iowa West. Eagle Grove will be at North Iowa for tomorrow night's game. Coming up in about 10 minutes, it'll be the boys matchup. We'll step aside for a few quick messages. When we come back, we'll get you ready for that game right here on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for health care.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Signworks Inc. For all your signage needs and printed apparel, stop in or call 295-9544.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
West Bend Ford, meeting your service, new and used vehicle needs.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oak Crest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Boys high school basketball action coming up here on Hometown Radio KLGA as the 7-2 Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears take on the 4-5 Eagle Grove Eagles. Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodie for this boys basketball matchup. Beanie, two teams that are really looking to bounce back after heartbreaking losses on Tuesday night. For Bishop Garrigan, we know what happened. It was a wild last minute of the game. Drew Mahler tied the game with a three-point ball when Bishop Garrigan was down by 3, but then Forest City, they took a 3-point lead right back. Tate Furch hit the 3-point ball. We thought he'd be a hero. Final 3 seconds of the game and he tied, but Forest City, they got one more possession. They made the game-winning shot, and the Indians end up winning that game by 2. Meanwhile, Eagle Grove, they played North Union on Tuesday night. They had an 8-point lead at halftime, but it slowly frittered away, and in the second half, North Union ended up beating Eagle Grove 51-50. So seeing how these teams respond to adversity, that's going to be a factor in tonight's game.
Wow, I don't know what these coaches did last night at practice, but both teams coming off a win like that, you got to make a decision as a coach. Like, what can you do in practice? You don't want to run hard because you got a game on Thursday, but you want to work on some stuff. Yeah, seeing how these teams rebound is going to be interesting. I know that the players I talked to in the hallways today, they were excited about this game. They wanted to bounce back after that Forest City win, but they know this Eagle Grove game is tougher, and now they feel that after taking that loss to Forest City, every game now becomes important because they're still in position to get that conference title, which is one of their goals, and they know, like, well, they can't drop this game tonight. So you're going to see a Bear team coming out with a purpose, I think, tonight. And I expect to see an incredible effort by the Bear team tonight.
And it's not going to be easy. Eagle Grove might not be a team that's going to factor into the top of Iowa West title. They're only 2-4 in the conference, but they're a very improved team, like you mentioned. Eagle Grove last season finished with 11 wins and 11 losses. They were tied for 4th place in the top of Iowa West with a 9-7 conference record. They were tied for 4th for Bishop Garrigan, and last year these teams went 1-1 against each other. Bishop Garrigan lost at Eagle Grove, but then Bishop Garrigan won here in their home gymnasium against the Eagles. So these two teams played pretty evenly last year against each other, with 1 win and 1 loss. And now this is an Eagle Grove team that, although they graduated some good players from last year, they've got some new faces this year as well. Abraham Lynn leading the way, number 1 in the conference on scoring at 18.9 points per game. He's a newcomer for the Eagles, and Golden Bears know this is not going to be an easy game tonight against the Eagle Grove team that, much like them, is frustrated with the way Tuesday night went.
Yeah, they lost some real talent from last year's Eagle Grove team. The fact that I remember their names, Tyler, I don't have a very good memory, and I remember Troy Canavan, who was very good on the last couple years for Eagle Grove, and he's graduated now, but watching them warm up, they've got some athletes down there. They're moving well, they're shooting well. You hate to judge a book by its cover, but I look a lot at these kids when they're warming up. You can tell a lot about how they leap, how they shoot, and this Eagle Grove team looks like they got some talent down there.
You were so close, Beanie. It was Drake Canavan, but your point stands.
Drake
Canavan.
He was close.
He was one of the best players in the conference last season.
Yeah,
that's 100% true. And they had Ty Franklin last year as well. Came over from Belmont Columbia, who really boosted last year's Eagle Grove team. So he lost a couple of all-conference players, but they have some returners as well. Jackson Morris. The 2 Morrises for Eagle Grove. One of the Morrises has graduated, but Jackson Morris is still here. He's a 4-year starter for the Eagles. He's a big factor for them as well. So some new faces and some familiar faces in this one, and going to be an interesting top of Iowa West matchup in this ball game. Eagle Grove's team, they played a ton of close games so far this season. All 5 of their losses are by 10 points or less. They're 2-5 in games that are decided by 10 or less. So most of their games have come right down to the wire. And as we know, Bishop Garrigan, they've played a lot of close games so far this season as well. And the thing I'll kind of point to is getting off to a good start in this game. The games where Bishop Garrigan has gone off to a slow start. They've been able to overcome it, but you don't want to spot Eagle Grove 10 points in the first quarter.
Oh, certainly not. And if anything can be gained from those 2 losses that Garrigan's taken on the year, is that they've got experience in close games. None other than that game they had Tuesday night. No panic here by the Bears. I'm more interested in see what kind of approach the Bears are going to take tonight. Are they going to come out here and start running the floor fast? Or, we've talked about how they don't take very many 3-pointers this year, which is uncharacteristic for a lot of Garrigan teams, but they've been working that ball inside, so I wonder if they're going to push the tempo, or are they going to slow it down and pound it inside to the Twin Towers, Amari Thomas and Nick Lear.
That's the great thing for Bishop Garrigan. Both of those things are options. This is a very diverse team that has a lot of ways to beat you, so we'll see what the game plan is tonight for Coach Meister and Coach Freilich. We'll step aside right now for a couple of quick messages. When we come back, tip-off between the 4-5 Eagle Grove Eagles and 7-2 Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears right here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
We've got more Sports Club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Lictor's Garage Door Service and new installations. A reputation you can trust. Call 515-295-5988.
Ed Service Station. Service you can trust.
J&J Custom Meats, continuing the traditions in Whittemore.
Ulrich Construction. Let them do the work.
Sports Club members bringing you this game.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears.
Nick Lear, senior, number 34.
And now Lear jumps the pass. It was intended for Lofstrom. Runs the floor, sails in, layup good.
Amari Thomas, junior, number 33.
And Thomas intercepts the pass. He runs the floor. Look out! Thomas jams it!
Tate Furch, junior, number 4.
Extra pass to Furch. Corner pocket Trey. They answer! Tate Furch ties it! 2 seconds left. Timeout for City. Tate Furch, cool as the other side of the pillow.
Carter Schwab, junior, number 24.
1.2 seconds left. Schwab from 3/4 court. Oh, and he put it in! Carter Schwab knocks down the free right before halftime.
Michael Joyce, sophomore, number 11.
And the inbounds play is going nowhere. Joyce picks it up to the backcourt, and he's going to flush it. Michael Joyce with the first throwdown of his high school career. Tip-off of your game is coming up next on Hometown and Home Country Radio. That is the starting lineup that Bishop Garrigan has really settled into this season. A very reliable lineup that's helped get the Golden Bears to a 7-2 overall record and a 5-1 conference mark. Meanwhile, for head coach Ryan Peterson and the 4-5 Eagle Grove Eagles, they'll have the 6'1" senior Jackson Morris, a 6' senior Josh Miller, 6' sophomore Adrian Whipple, 6'1" senior Abraham Lynn, and 6'4" sophomore Gavin Peterson. A lot falling on the 6'4" sophomore Gavin Peterson's shoulders today, Beanie. This Garrigan team, they crash the glass. They are aggressive inside. This Eagle Grove team, not a ton of height to contend with Amari Thomas and Nick Lear. Peterson's going to have to hold strong in the paint.
Yeah, I would not want that assignment because there's only one of him and there's two of the Garrigan's big guys. So I think you just answered my question from earlier. I think Garrigan is going to be going inside early and often.
Bishop Garrigan, a big-time points in the paint team, big-time offensive rebounding team, but they were limited to only 6 offensive rebounds against Forest City on Tuesday night. That was an uncharacteristically low number, so I'm looking for the Golden Bears to really get back and crash the glass, especially aggressively tonight, to try to really generate those second-chance opportunities. Meanwhile, the flow of the offense is going to be something fascinating to watch tonight. Forest City, like you said, Beanie, they played some triangle and 2, some box and 1 against Bishop Garrigan, throwing some junk defenses at the Golden Bears, and that really took Bishop Garrigan out of their offensive rhythm. So running the floor a little bit more tonight, getting into offensive rhythm, that's going to be a key for Bishop Garrigan.
Yeah, if you run the floor and don't let them get back on defense, then you don't have to worry about the defense they're playing. And we saw that defense the other night from Forest City was fantastic. But to their credit, they had some athletes that were just doing a sensational job, working so hard playing defense, especially on Joyce and Schwab. So yeah, if Garrigan runs the floor, you keep them from setting up that defense. But if anyone watched that film the other day, you got to be thinking, you know, coaches, they steal from each other. They watch film and think, well, if that worked for them, it might work for us. But you always still have to have the athletes.
That is certainly correct. And meanwhile, on the defensive side of the basketball, we're going back to 2012, Beanie, because Lynn Sanity is back.
Oh.
Eagle Grove has Abraham Lynn, who's averaging almost 19 points per game. He's tied with North Iowa's Max Wilkerson as the conference's leading scorers. A lot of eyes are going to be on number 3 for Eagle Grove tonight. Who Bishop Garrigan has defending them and how he defends Abraham Lynn is going to be a key in tonight's game. Can Bishop Garrigan not stop him entirely, but slow him down and hold him below his season average of 19 points?
Well, now I can't wait to see this young man play. I want to see the high school Lynn Sanity. That's exciting stuff. I wonder what happened to Jeremy Lin. I'm sure he's doing fine. Wasn't he a Harvard guy?
That I don't know, but he did float around the NBA for quite a long time after Lynn's Sanity run came to an end and was a journeyman type of NBA player. But Eagle Grove has Abraham Lynn. He's a senior, and he has led the Eagles to this 4-5 overall record so far this year. Eagle Grove, they play competitive against very good teams, Beanie. This Forest City team that Bishop Garrigan lost to, Eagle Grove played them to a 2-point ball game. Eagle Grove also played Lake Mills to a 2-point ball game as well. So against the best teams in the conference, Eagle Grove brings their best basketball usually.
Wow, that is an impressive resume. You never would think an impressive resume would have a couple losses on it, but those are some close losses to some really good teams, as Garrigan has seen the quality Lake Mills team already. And wow, I didn't think this makeup game here in mid-January, we'll call it, on a Thursday night was going to be so hotly contested against the Eagles from Eagle Grove, but here we go. Amari Thomas in the center circle.
Thomas will go up against Josh Miller. Thomas at 6'3", Miller at 6 feet even. Eagle Grove with the black uniforms, Bishop Garrigan the white. As Miller wins the tap, Lynn collects the basketball, and we are underway from Bishop Garrigan High School. Eagle Grove moves from left to right on the radio dial. Joyce is in front of Lynn right now defending as Bishop Garrigan comes out playing man-to-man. They'll screen for Lynn. Lynn uncorks the three-point ball, almost banked it in, and Lear lassos the rebound.
No hesitation. 12 seconds off the clock, and Eagle Grove put it up.
Eagle Grove's going to take some threes tonight. Lear down on the short corner left side, works towards the paint, hits the spin move, got by Peterson, missed the shot though. Thomas kept it alive briefly, but it's into the pocket of Whipple on the Eagle Grove rebound.
Where we see, as we call these games, how it takes about a good minute for teams to settle in.
Lynn on the far side of the court. They run 2 players at him. Lynn goes around the screen. Lynn dumps it down to Peterson, floats it up, missed the shot short, and Lear reaches above everybody for the rebound. The 6'6" senior throws the ball over his head, picks it back up and gives it to Joyce as he avoided Whipple that time.
Whipple is a one-man pressing crew. He is another aggressive guard.
He's a good three-point shooter for Eagle Grove, shooting 32% from downtown. He takes 8.2 threes per game, third most in the conference. Here's a 3 by Tate Furch, who had 14 against Forest City. That's no good. Thomas rebound, puts it back off the glass, and scores it.
Huge offensive rebound for Amari Thomas. Offensive rebounds, I think, are going to be huge tonight.
Bishop Garrigan averaging 12 offensive boards per game, down to the right corner to Morris. Morris pulling up for a mid-range J, and Morris answers right back.
The best thing about an offensive rebound is it gives all these shooters like Joey Schwab and Furch to let them fly, knowing that Lear and Thomas are going to collect them.
Morris on the last bucket for Eagle Grove. He's a 4-year starter for the Eagles, averaging 13.7 points per game this year. Schwab at the foul line, gets the pass to Furch. Catch and shoot from the near side of the court. He line drived it, and the rebound is brought into the body of Gavin Peterson. Peterson, number 2 in the conference in rebounding at 9.2 per game, trailing only Bishop Garrigan's Amari Thomas. Morris gets the ball off to Miller. Miller on the left elbow. Thomas poking at the ball, and the bounce pass goes outside to Whipple. Whipple, an 11-point per game score. He drives in, fumbles the ball a little bit, got it back. He feeds Morris, rolling to the bucket and scoring. A nice find by Whipple that time.
That was a good find. He threw that across the lane right through traffic, but he put enough heat on it that no one was able to get a hand on it. Nice play by the youngster.
Tate Furch at the controls for Bishop Garrigan. Now it's Michael Joyce with the basketball. All eyes on Joyce and Schwab right now. Thomas hands it off to Joyce, left to center. Joyce squeezes between a couple of defenders, pulls up for the mid-range J, bounces off the cup. Furch rebound on the far side of the court. Ball got blocked though, and Eagle Grove can run. Here comes Lynn striding down the court. Lynn against Joyce. He flew by him, he scoops it up, and he scooped it in. Lynn put a little English on that one. 6-2 Eagle Grove. Abraham Lynn, 18.9 points per game, 6.2 rebounds. Thomas the other way, in and out, no good. Lear on the follow. Lear put back, no, it popped out of the cup. Thomas third opportunity, and he got hacked. 2 shots that nearly went down for Bishop Garrigan, and instead Thomas will shoot 2 from the line.
Yeah, Thomas and Lear are right there. Both did a great job rebounding, just couldn't get those shots to go. Yep, well, you've seen Eagle Grove has come out with the recipe. They're going to face guard Joyce and Schwab, try not to let those guys even touch the ball. So Lear, Thomas, and Furch are the ones getting these early looks.
It's a copycat league, Beanie, as Thomas misses on the first free throw. Thomas already up to about 68% from the foul line, but couldn't convert that one. Thomas is the lone top of Iowa West player, averaging a double-double. 10.6 points per game, 10.2 rebounds for Thomas. That free throw is good. He splits the pair, and Eagle Grove up 6-3. All 3 Bishop Garrigan points by Thomas so far in this one. Eagle Grove, number 5 in the conference in offense, 57.4 points per game. Bishop Garrigan, number 2 in defense, only allowing 48.3. Lynn getting downhill, he stops, he passes behind Peterson. Peterson trying to track down on the corner, and it's out of bounds. Everyone was pointing at that baseline, saying that it touched, and the referee agreed.
Officer Craig Barslow over there pointing at the line. Athletic Director Rob Meister, Gary the Bear, everyone saying he was out. And yeah, the referee said, yeah, thanks, I saw it.
Yeah, the referee said, I got this, guys, thank you. Inbound it to Joyce. As he's face guarded by Whipple. Joyce racing into the front court. Dribbled it off his foot, but got it back, and now Lynn is defending. Whipple comes over to help. Furch wasn't ready for the pass, and Whipple had it, but he lost it. Bishop Garrigan will keep it as they catch a break. This Golden Bear team, not one that turns it over much. Second least turnovers in the conference, under 12 per game, as Schwab will be the inbounder.
Yeah, all 3 guards for Garrigan, great ball handlers, and Thomas and Lear both have improved greatly.
Furch, top of the key, wants to hand the ball back off to Joyce. Furch screens, Joyce between the circles. Now back to the right to Furch. High lob to the foul line to Lear. His pass outside, knocked away by Lynn, but it went right to Furch with 15 on the shot clock. Furch to Lear. Lear, a jumper from the mid-range, and he knocks it down. Nice 13-footer that time by Lear.
So glad to see Nick Lear say that. I was about to comment that Lear needs to start looking for a shot, and just on cue, before I could even say it, he hits one there.
Here's a foul line J the other direction by Miller. Long rebound out to Joyce off of the deflection. Joyce, a second-team all-conference selection last year, jumps and passes corner to Furch. Quick feed inside to Thomas. Got Miller to jump and put it up and in.
Oh, the old-fashioned up fake. Amari Thomas with the great acting ability. We've seen him on stage here at Garrigan. That time he acts, gets a good fake, gets the defender to leave his feet, and they're laughing at it about right now. They're guarding each other.
It was convincing. 5 points so far by Thomas. Oh, no-look pass by Miller as he found the cutting Morris. That's a great find the other way, and it's 8-7 Eagle Grove.
Oh, that was a pretty pass by Miller. Right after the Thomas play, he answers.
Joyce into the front court, weaving right side. Now he's getting downhill. He feeds Thomas. There's a foul on the play. Joyce got knocked to the ground. Foul picked up by Lynn, his first personal.
Joyce hits the deck, and I think he's saying, oh, I wish I wouldn't have got that foul called because I had a nice feed to Thomas who was about to go up for 2.
That was a beautiful feed. I thought he was going to shoot it at first, but he was able to redirect that ball into the hands of Amari Thomas.
Yeah, you never get to pick and choose your fouls, though. If they call them, they call them.
3:48 on the clock. Furch into Thomas, but he sailed it over his head and out of bounds. The quarterback overshot his intended receiver that time as Bishop Garrigan's senior Drew Mahler enters the ball game, and Nick Lear heads to the bench.
You know, you got Tate Furch out there starting quarterback, and he started the guard spot tonight, and he plays the starting catcher on the baseball team. I've never thought to ask him which one he likes best.
And a mistake here by Eagle Grove. I think they stepped over the end line as they were inbounding the basketball. Bishop Garrigan wasn't pressing or anything. That was just a lapse of focus by the Eagles.
There's a little bit of laziness there.
Furch left of center, passes right wing to Schwab. Sees the bucket, but Morris got out to him quickly. Now Furch on the wing, passes to Muller in the corner. Catch and shoot right off the bench. It rims out, though, and rebounded on the strong side by Morris.
Well, if you get Muller going from that corner three-point shot, it's deadly. Always open in this defense.
Yeah, Muller has really taken to that three-point shooting role this season. He says the coaches have really talked to him about taking more shots and taking more threes. The pass to Miller off his hands. He was able to guide the ball into the corner to Whipple, but Whipple couldn't collect it. It's out of bounds, last touch by Eagle Grove.
Schwab created interference on that pass. He tapped it, but then Whipple tapped it after that.
And Whipple will face guard Joyce in the backcourt as Schwab will be the inbounder. Like I said, Muller just checked into the game. Now Trayton Sink replaces Tate Furch. Muller loves to face Eagle Grove. Last year in Bishop Garrigan's 79-64 loss at Eagle Grove, Muller had 18 points on 7 of 7 shooting. In the Bishop Garrigan win over Eagle Grove, Muller had 12 points and 10 rebounds. So a couple really good games last year against the Eagles as Lynn has the steal. Runs the floor, dribbled off a leg of Muller, but went right to Whipple. Whipple, three-point try from the right side, and it rattles into the cup. Whipple from downtown makes it 11-7 Eagles.
That's what we talked about during the girls' game. Whipple didn't even think about that. He barely had that ball in his hands before he was letting that thing fly at the hoop, and it went through for him.
Eagle Grove, not a great three-point shooting team. They're number 8 in the conference at 28%, but Whipple is a really good three-point shooter for them. Sink in the short corner. He'll take the mid-range jumper, and it rattles and settles into the cup. It hopped on the rim, it hit the glass, and it went down.
Nice jump shot by Sink. You know, the Bears' offense is figuring out how to score.
11-9, Eagle Grove in the lead, and there's a cut by Peterson, but the pass was thrown over his head into the Bishop Garrigan student section.
You know, with this defense putting so much pressure on Schwab and Joyce, keeping them from getting the ball, either other players have to step up or Schwab and Joyce just have to raise their game. And so far, we've had a lot of different players taking looks at the basket.
Joyce and Schwab, both 16.3 points per game for the Golden Bears as a timeout gets called with 2:27 on the clock, and Eagle Grove leading 11-9. They're asking Garrigan if they want a 30-second timeout, and they do. They'll take it. It's a 30-second timeout, 11-9 the score right now. And Beanie, the early theme in this game, like we said, it's a copycat league. Eagle Grove is doing everything. Schwab and Joyce aren't going to beat us. Someone else is going to have to. Right now, Thomas leads the way of 5 points, but we're seeing some mid-range jumpers by Sink. We've seen Furch take a couple of attempts. Much like against Forest City, some other guys are going to have to knock down shots tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And they're getting looks. Trayton Sink just had a nice bucket there. Furch has had some good looks, but that recipe is still for the Bears to go inside. And also, Joyce and Schwab just got to shake it off. Like, that was just the other night. Sometimes things get in your head, and you think, well, they're doing this to us again. They're going to face guard us. And then you let it get frustrating, and then you start to play your game differently. You really have to work hard to stay focused and keep after it. You know, once you start to believe something, it starts to happen. And Joyce with the ball right now, there's still plenty of opportunities for score. You just got to take them when you can get them instead of forcing it.
11-9 Eagle Grove, 2:20 left in the first quarter as Joyce has the ball on the right wing, guarded by Lynn this time. Over to Sink. Sink on the block. He puts it up. No. He falls his own miss. No. And Peterson rebounds in the lane. Gets it off to Whipple. Whipple will wipe his arm off, and then he'll pick the basketball up, and he'll bring it up the court with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Whipple hands the basketball off to Morris. Morris deep on the right side, in front of the Garrigan bench. Now he works his way back. He steps back, three-pointer over Thomas, and he sticks it! Morris from downtown.
Oh, that is a high degree of difficulty move. You don't see that often in high school. He cleared out, did a big step back.
7 points by Jackson Morris. Schwab catches the pass over 2 defenders. He barrels down the lane, tried to draw contact, doesn't get it. And Trenton Robinson rebounds, who just checked in for Eagle Grove. Morris the other direction. Morris thought about pulling up. He'll get to the foul line. He'll jump and pass near side. It's a free ball by Peterson. That's off the front of the cup. Thomas taps the rebound away, and Joyce is able to track it down. They'll triple team him in the corner. 3 players ran to him, and a foul. Joyce maybe bailed out a little bit that time because he had 3 black jerseys ready to jump right on top of him.
Well, he was triple teamed. If he could have got out of that, somebody was going to be open on the other end of the court. So the Eagles are kind of fortunate that they did get called for that foul, because Joyce, if he breaks out of that, he's going to find someone for a run-out dunk.
14-9 Eagle Grove. This time it'll be Furch bringing the ball up the court. As Lear checks back in, Joyce takes a seat on the bench. Schwab, Furch, Sink, Lear, and Muller right now for the Golden Bears as Schwab has it left wing. 1:13 left in the quarter. Back to Furch between the circles. Lobs it right to Muller. 2 players run at him. Now bounce pass to Furch. Back over to the right to Sink. Muller on the wing now. Muller takes 1 dribble. Feeds it to Sink in the short corner. Sink looking into the post to Lear. And good hustle by Morris to cut in front and take that ball away.
Well, pretty good ball movement by the Bears. They're working that ball around, working for a better shot, but just better defense by the Eagles that time. Stepped in front of the pass.
Lynn has the basketball right now for Eagle Grove as Lynn turns around 180 and gives it to Whipple. Whipple sees a crease, then passes into the corner to Morris. Morris back to the center of the court, almost got tripped up. Looking into the high post to Miller. Whoops the pass to Robinson, now outside, it's Morris. 35 seconds left in the quarter, 9 on the shot clock. Whipple top of the key, lets it rip, in and out, and Mahler rebounds in the center of the paint. Gets it out to Schwab. Schwab quickly up the court, picked up by Lynn. Schwab spinning towards the right, deals to Furch. Furch towards the lane, passes to Mahler. Mahler a catch and shoot three, and misguided that one, but Furch make that sink, grabs the rebound, but it's taken away by Whipple.
Boy, Whipple has very good hands, quick hands. He's got a quick release on his shot, and then he showed just defensively how quick those hands can be.
Final 7 seconds of the quarter. Lynn has the basketball right now for Eagle Grove, working against Schwab. The step back, the three, the make! Abraham Lynn ends the first quarter for a step back three, and Eagle Grove takes a 17-9 lead. Eagles hit a couple of big three-point balls. They lead heading into the second on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Grassmasters. Growing satisfied customers.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Glenn's Green Thumb. From a small seed, something beautiful will grow.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
As we come back here on Hometown Radio, KLGA Algona, a similar theme has developed again for Bishop Garrigan. Another slow start as they're down 17-9 to Eagle Grove entering quarter 2. Furch in the right corner gives to Joyce. Golden Bears coming out with renewed speed to begin the second quarter as it's Thomas on the right wing. He'll give it up to Joyce. Joyce, he'll take the three-pointer, and he'll make the three-pointer.
Oh, that's a great shot by Michael Joyce. We were just talking off the air, Tyler, how someone from Garrigan's got to start looking for a shot, and Michael Joyce does it right there, looks for it, makes it happen.
Bishop Garrigan's going to play their 1-3-1 zone defense, and it results in a turnover. Joyce shovels the ball to Schwab. Schwab to Thomas. Thomas bobbled that ball, got kicked out. It was off a knee of an Eagle Grove player. I think Peterson touched it, and Bishop Garrigan will keep it.
Well, you got to like the pace of these young men on both teams, really coming out of that that quarter break. Both pushing the intensity there. This is going to be a fun quarter, Tyler.
So 17-12 right now. Joyce making that three-point shot for the Golden Bears. A pass into Lear, jumps over everyone, and he finishes in the lane.
Oh, I love that play. They got the height advantage. They just lob it up to Lear. He puts it in. That's a quick 4 points for the Bears, 17-14.
Yeah, do that all night if you're Bishop Garrigan. Lear at that 6'6" or 6'7" height, depending on how you want to measure it, has the height advantage over anyone on Eagle Grove. Whipple for the ball right now. He'll give it off to Lynn, who hit that step back three. Thought about it. He'll get to Whipple in the corner instead. Whipple tray rattles off, and Thomas rebounds the near side of the court. He's looking for his guards, and Schwab comes to get the basketball. Carter Schwab and Michael Joyce tied for 4th in the conference in scoring, both 16.3 points per game, as Schwab goes corner to Furch. Furch finds the cutting Joyce at the foul line. High lob to Leary. Makes the catch in a sandwich. Ball got peeled away out of bounds, last touched by Eagle Grove.
Good look by Joyce. So that possession, Schwab brings the ball up the floor, finds Joyce, then it touched Lear's hands. That's the recipe the Bears want. They want to go with their good guards, hit the balls in their hands, and then get it into that post.
Bishop Garrigan and Eagle Grove. In the corner, it's Furch. Right side three-pointer. Line drive did, and Miller rebounds on the far side of the court.
Oh, great look by Furch. He hit a few of those against Forest City the other day. You just got to get it going there. Keep shooting if you're Tate.
Furch's three-point percentage up to 32% after Tuesday's game against Forest City. Eagles have the ball right now. It's Lynn left open for a three-point try from the right side. In and out, it went halfway down, and Lear flies in for the rebound. 6:20 left in the second quarter. 17-14 Eagle Grove. Bishop Garrigan scoring the first 5 of this quarter. Joyce in the right corner, followed by Pooling. Whipple was in his face though. Joyce drives baseline, lost the basketball into the hands of Miller. And the Eagles come the other direction. Bishop Garrigan beat Eagle Grove 67-40 in this gym last year. Eagle Grove won on their home hardwood over Bishop Garrigan 79-64. As here's the jump of the pass by Morris, near side to Lynn, extra pass to Whipple. He sidesteps, he gets to the foul line. No look feed inside. He locates Morris and he scores.
Oh, that's creativity by Whipple. A shot fake, another shot fake, and then a drive and a dish.
Here's Joyce, deep three-pointer off the back of the cup. Long rebound out to Furch. Unselfish play so far for Eagle Grove, though, as Furch hands it off to Thomas. Thomas right-hander, up and in. 1960 now as Bishop Garrigan's down by 3.
Boy, they answered it right back. Some nifty, creative passing by Furch to Thomas.
Bishop Garrigan still playing 1-3-1 zone, seeing how that plays against Eagle Grove. Whipple up top to Morris. Morris sees a three he likes, missed it right. And Thomas fighting for the rebound. It's taken away by Peterson. Peterson off the window, he missed. Got his own miss back though. Offensive board for Eagle Grove. Into corner to Miller, now it's out to Lynn. Lynn driving down the lane, he flies by Furch, he hangs it, he scores!
Wow, that was a heck of a move. He set it up with a good ball fake.
Now Furch shovels to Schwab. Pace is picking up in this game. Out to Furch, now back inside to Lear. Lear put the shot up, he drew the foul, and he has a chance for 2 free throws. I will say, though, he had Thomas open on the other side of the court if he had seen him, but it was hard to see if all the bodies in there.
I saw that, too. Thomas and Lear down there. That will just continue to come as the season goes on. These two guys play together more and more. Again, these two guys, juniors.
Well, for Eagle Grove, you've got to score to beat Bishop Garrigan, and they're doing it so far tonight as Lear misses the first foul shot. Golden Bears 28-6 against Eagle Grove, dating back to 2008. And Bishop Garrigan's scored at least 62 points in each of the last 18 matches with the Eagles. As Robinson comes back to the ball game, Lynn will take a seat on the bench.
Well, maybe now's a chance for the Bears with Lynn on the bench, as he has
2 fouls.
2 fouls, a big score, and a big part of that offense. Those guards for Eagle Grove have been very impressive.
Second free throw missed by Lear, and Peterson sailing in for another rebound. Morris is the basketball right now. Morris leading lane points for the Eagles of 9. Driving, splitting defenders, and dealing to Peterson in the short corner. Garrigan traps him, but he dribbles out of it as he got around Thomas. Out to Miller. Miller on the right wing, jumps and passes up top to Whipple. Pumps left, now starts to dribble with 17 on the shot clock. Whipple around to the right. Whipple across the foul line. Jumps and passes to Morris. Lear got in the passing lane and swatted it out of bounds.
Good anticipation by Lear. So Tyler, these Eagle Grove guards, very good instincts. They really have a great sense of the floor, good ball handling skills.
Yeah, definitely a big key there for Eagle Grove as Miller throws the ball away and Joyce takes it. He finds Mahler in transition and blocked. Robinson at the chase down. Mahler had the ball down low there at his hip, and Robinson was able to get the hand down there and knock it out of bounds.
Robinson just came off the bench and entered the game. Welcome to the game. He just turned on the jets there to get back on defense there. Now Garrigan's got the advantage, height inside. See if they do the lob again.
Joyce looking, he'll bounce it low to Thomas instead, makes the clean catch, spins and scores off glass.
Well, that's almost automatic. If Garrigan can get the other team to knock the ball out of bounds and have an inbounds play, they're 2 for 2.
Thomas has been a lot better this year about scoring off the spin move. That's one you can get you a little disoriented if you're inside and you spin, but Thomas always seems to hit it flush off the glass. As there's a free ball the other way by Whipple, and that is a splash. Nothing but net, 24-18 Eagle Grove. Halfway through the second quarter now as Whipple hits again from downtown, averaging over 11 points per game for the Eagles. Furch at the controls for Bishop Garrigan, locates Joyce on the left side. Joyce that catches you 3, and Joyce answers right back.
Every game this season, there seems to be a good matchup between the guards. Joyce and Whipple just answering each other.
Whipple on the right side, thought about pulling from way downtown, but works the offense instead. Morris left side into the corner to Miller. Back across to the right to Whipple. Whipple, Miller pass to Robinson to the foul line. Robinson, runner up and in. Robinson giving the Eagles some good minutes off the bench, and we have a whistle and a stoppage right now by the officials.
Well, we're going to have a discussion.
This might be was this another delay of game warning if he touched the ball after it went in the bucket?
Well, I'm not a good lip reader, but I think the official is definitely warning Eagle Grove. I think maybe they touched the ball after it went through the cylinder, and the officials do not like that. It's going to create a little hiccup in the momentum of this game. This game was really flowing, but that's a big stoppage there, a 5-point stoppage, and the Eagle Grove official is saying, why did we get warned there? And would like an explanation. As it is, Bears get a chance to set up a half-court offense.
So Eagle Grove picks up the warning on that one. Again, when the shot goes in the bucket, you're not supposed to touch it afterwards. You're supposed to let the officials give it to you before you take it out. As ball got knocked out of bounds, Eagle Grove make that Bishop Garrigan will keep it. But the Eagles 4-5 this year. They went 11-11 last year. Their most wins since the 2017-2018 season. And the Eagles looking for the first winning record since their 17-7 mark in the 2009-2010 season as Thomas gets the ball inside, misses off glass though, and rebound is hugged by Miller.
Oh, he was too open. There was no one there, no contact. I think Thomas was anticipating getting fouled, and nothing came.
Robinson to the foul line, gets it out to Morris. Morris sidestepping towards the corner in front of the Garrigan student section. Now Whipple on the left side gets the basketball. Whipple pumps one way, he finds Morris. The senior deals it into the corner to Peterson. The Eagle Grove sophomore is back to Whipple, guarded by Furch. Flings it into Miller. Miller, a jumper from the foul line, extended right side, but he missed it, and Lear vacuums in the rebound.
Well, Garrigan's 1-2-2 zone defense doing a pretty good job slowing down the Eagles.
Joyce, who's hit 2 3-pointers so far tonight, looking inside, nothing there as will come left to Furch. On the wing, Furch sees an opening. Lear tried to give him a seal, but Furch got it the corner to Muller instead. Now it's Joyce working right around the perimeter, goes around Thomas. Joyce working his way towards the baseline, jumps, passes, intercepted. Miller takes it, he runs the floor. Joyce tried to dive and save the ball, but Miller has it, and he finger rolls and scores. 28-21 Eagle Grove. 4 points now by Miller, who came in averaging 8.1 per game for the Eagles. Final 2:08 of the first half. Eagle Grove has led for a good portion of this half, and they're up by 7 right now. Joyce on the right side, he looks, nothing there initially. Miller for the knockaway, Joyce got it back, and then it's stolen on the help defense by Morris, and then Muller dives on it in the backcourt, and Bishop Garrigan calls a timeout from the bench. Eagle Grove has gotten Bishop Garrigan out of sync, and the bench is clapping as the defense has created some chaos here for the Bishop Garrigan offense.
Well, this is an important timeout, just a 30 seconds, but important for both teams. Eagle Grove has solved the zone for Bishop Garrigan pretty well, but they haven't gotten any buckets for a while off of it. And it's the guards that generate that. But if you're Garrigan, this is a big 2 minutes left in this quarter. You want to chop into the 7-point lead. You want to go into halftime, get this thing knotted up if possible. So Coach Freilich, Coach Meister drawing up a plan right now. I suspect we're going to see another defensive switch. They like to switch the defenses coming out of these timeouts. We'll see what they have in store for us.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes before halftime can be really defining factors in games. I mean, there's 1:54 left. There's a lot of things that can happen here. If you go on a 7-0 run and you're Garrigan, you're feeling great. If Eagle Grove goes on a 7-0 type of run here, all of a sudden, you're in a little trouble going into the second half. So momentum here at the end of the half is going to be big. Lynn checks back in for Eagle Grove after spending some minutes on the bench. That was important for the Eagles. They extended their lead without Lynn in the ballgame, their top scorer, as Schwab throws a pass that almost got turned over. Thomas able to jump and save it. Back to Schwab. Off the first pass, rims out on the 3. Lear rebound, Lear put back, blocked by Miller. Lear again, no. And finally, Whipple has the ball for Eagle Grove.
Oh, 2 great offensive rebounds by Lear, but nothing to show for it.
28-21 Eagle Grove. Whipple works the dribble far side of the court as he hands it off to Miller. Eagle Grove has the floor spread wide right now, 4 out, as Lynn is at the top of the key. Lynn works towards the left. He bounces the pass to the baseline. It rolls off the leg of Thomas and out of bounds. Eagle Grove will keep it. 16 in the shot clock. And Whipple will be the inbounder. Gets it into Lynn. Takes a couple dribbles towards the right side and hands it off to Morris. Morris, one dribble. He sets himself for a 3-point shot, and it's in and out. It went halfway down and deflected off the glass as well. Birch brings the rebound.
That's a great opportunity for the Bears with that missed shot. 1 minute left in the half.
Birch goes left side to Schwab. Schwab splitting 2 defenders, feeding Thomas, and a foul on Eagle Grove. They were trying to lock up Schwab that time as Morris picks that one up, his first personal, and 3rd team foul against the Eagles. 53 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, Schwab set a screen, but the Eagle Grove defender just pushed right through Schwab, which is not a very easy thing to do. So when you see Schwab hit the deck off a push, you know that must have been pretty physical, and they call the foul.
Bishop Garrigan will bring Joyce back into the ball game with 53 seconds remaining.
Now they're getting a towel to clean off the ball. It's getting all sweaty, which is kind of a bonus because it gave Coach Meister a chance, plenty of time to get Joyce in the game for Furch.
That's a new one. I've seen the officials towel off the floor, but you don't see them towel off the basketball a whole lot.
Well, Mr. Alex Schwing, teacher here at Garrigan, does the honors.
So Bishop Garrigan will have it with the inbounds pass.
Good chance to thank the bench help. Always got good volunteer help here at Bishop Garrigan. Run to the clock and whatnot.
Schwab inbounds to Thomas, and we're rolling here. 50 seconds left in the quarter. Muller on the right wing, inside the Lear. He got open, he faces the bucket, and he banks it in for 2.
Oh, beautiful pass by Muller. Saw Lear just wide open, threaded the needle.
6 points for Lear. Lynn between the circles. Lynn drives to the elbow. Step back, but nothing there. Locates Peterson in the corner, and Lear blocks the 3-pointer. And a foul. Peterson fouled Schwab.
Oh, good. I thought that was going to be a really late call on the Lear block. Whew.
No, that was a clean block as Lear engulfed that shot. That's the thing, when you have Lear closing out, you don't anticipate how long those arms are, and that three-pointer was erased quickly.
Yeah, he's come up with a couple big blocks over the years. Boy, good pressure here by the Eagles.
Yeah, Lynn was doing a good job denying the ball from Joyce. They inbound it to Mahler. Mahler back to Schwab. Schwab coming downhill. He got inside. And offensive foul on Schwab. It was Peterson getting in his path, and that'll be a foul on Schwab, his first personal.
Peterson was definitely set. He started to fall backwards before Schwab even got to him. He knew it was his only chance was to try to get a charge call, and it worked, and now it's a reversal. It would have been 28-25 if that goes. But as it is, 28-23, 24 seconds.
Well, for Bishop Garrigan, they've held Eagle Grove scoreless since we've gotten under the 2-minute mark, and we'll have to do it one more time here to keep it a 5-point margin going into halftime. 18 seconds remain, the shot clock is off. Lynn gets the ball right side of the Whipple, who's had a good first half. Now out to Morris, just inside of half court. 10 seconds left in the half, into the quarter to Lynn. Bounce pass to Whipple, 7. Whipple looking for Lynn. He's not there. Now out to Morris. Morris top of the key of 3. He rises for a 3 over Joyce. It swirls out of the cup. Batted around. Miller in the lane. He got the jumper off, and he knocked it down. Miller at the horn. That shot's going to count, and Eagle Grove beats the buzzer for a 7-point lead.
Wow. Couldn't have been any closer, folks. Miller elevates, gets that shot out of his hands. Incredible. But another bucket at the buzzer here in the Garrigan gym, sending the Bears to the locker room. This time, though, just for a half, down 7 points.
Bishop Garrigan down 30-23. We are at halftime as we step aside for these messages right now on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for health care.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill, for wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Good Samaritan Society, Algona's senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, Algona's locally owned coffee shop.
Tangle Salon for all your cuts, colors, hair extensions, and massage therapy needs.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840.
All bringing you this ball game.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Lichter's Garage Door Service and new installations. A reputation you can trust. Call 515-295-5988.
Ed's Service Station. Service you can trust.
J&J Custom Meats, continuing the traditions in Whittemore.
Ulrich Construction. Let them do the work.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
Halftime from Bishop Garrigan High School as the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears trail the Eagle Grove Eagles 30-23. We're going to do something a little different here at halftime today as we've got Bishop Garrigan senior Molly Peterson with us. You've heard her name, of course, a lot on the volleyball court, the softball diamond as well, and she's the basketball team manager for the Golden Bears. Molly, first of all, thanks for stopping by here at halftime. I guess just give the listeners a little idea of what goes into being the team manager.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tyler. So I just help out with the team however I can, if that's filling water bottles, and then during games, I take stats for Coach Schwab, either that's shot chart or stat book.
And Molly, obviously you've been on the bench here for a lot of Golden Bear runs to state. They've been to state 5 years in a row, so you've been down to Wells Fargo Arena for the team plenty of times. What's that experience been like for you?
the atmosphere in Wells Fargo is just amazing, and I love just being a part of the team. It's just such an amazing week to be down there, and I just love the family atmosphere of the Bishop Garrigan basketball team.
And you've had a front row seat to some great Garrigan players over the years. Of course, Audie Crooks and Molly Joyce continuing their career in college. You had a front row seat to that. So I guess talk to me about what it was like, helping them along in their game-to-game preparation and, having a front row seat to their careers.
Yeah, it's been an amazing last 4 years. Just watching all the Bishop Garrigan players grow individually, not only in basketball, but as people. It's just an amazing thing to watch.
And, you've seen a good start to the Golden Bear team so far this season. They pick up a win tonight over Eagle Grove. Talk to me about what you've seen from the team so far. You've kind of got that inside look at practice a little bit and the process that goes into it. So, kind of give the listeners an idea of the sort of process the team is going through this season.
Yeah, these girls work hard. Over the years, people have said we've lost so many great players. We've lost Audie, Molly, Abby, but each year these girls come out with a passion, and they have one goal, and that's to get back to Wells Fargo and play in the championship game. And you just see that passion in practice and in games of just how driven they are to reach their goals and play good Bishop Garrigan basketball.
Molly, as we wrap up here, what would you say the best part of being the team manager is?
Kind of like I mentioned before, I just love that atmosphere that Bishop Garrigan basketball brings. It's such an amazing program to be a part of, such an amazing thing that Coach Schwab builds, and that family atmosphere that you're really a part of a team.
All right, Molly, thanks for stopping by.
Yes, thanks for having me, Tyler.
That's Bishop Garrigan team manager Molly Peterson, senior at Bishop Garrigan High School as well, joining us at halftime here on Hometown Radio KLGA, as we're going to recap the girls' game here of Coach Schwab. Bishop Garrigan tonight picking up a 73-17 win over Eagle Grove in tonight's matchup. Coach, I'm going to start here with what you guys tried to do offensively. It seemed like a big focus tonight was really get the ball inside, work on getting a lot of paint touches and finishing around the bucket. So talk to me a bit about what you guys are trying to do offensively and how you sort of evaluate the way the players executed that.
Well, we had said, with Eagle Grove tonight that we knew we were going to be the superior team on paper, and I didn't want to just get into a game of just taking the first wide open shot that's open, and just it seems like when we play a team that we're better than, we just settle for chucking threes, and I wanted to work the ball. I didn't want the first pass chuck tonight. I wanted us to work the ball a little bit and reverse it through the high post and get post touches and things like that, just to be able to work on running our offense.
Well, Coach, it was kind of a different-looking lineup tonight. Obviously, Ava Roffler gets the start, Zoe Montag out for this game. First of all, how did you feel Ava Roffler did at the start, and, what kind of led to the lineup change tonight?
Good. I mean, Zoe's dealing with injury right now, so that's we went with Ava tonight, and Ava's been playing great defense for us and giving us good hustle minutes off of the bench, and I thought she earned herself a start tonight, so I thought she did a good job. I mean, she's athletic. She keeps basketballs alive. She's always trying to get that 50-50 ball and really hustles for us. So I thought she did a nice job in our lineup.
And, Coach, a couple players I thought really stood out as energy leaders tonight were Madeline Tigas, we talked about in the pregame show, and Carly Nielsen. A lot of offensive rebounds between those two, a lot of 50-50 balls. Take me through what you saw from those two tonight.
Yeah, both of them work extremely hard out there, and I thought they both hit the glass really hard. I thought Carly did a nice job of really offensive rebounding the ball. I don't know what she had, but it felt like 5 or 6 different offensive rebounds. So both of them players are good athletes and really hit the boards hard, so they did a nice job.
And Alyssa Hoagland really got hot in the second half of the ball game. She finished with 16 points, and obviously, Coach, that could be a big weapon for you guys going forward if she shoots like she did tonight coming off that bench.
Well, it was really nice to see the ball go in for Alyssa. She's kind of struggled shooting, and she is an outstanding shooter. It was nice to get her in a rhythm tonight, and hopefully we see more of that going forward, because she's a tremendous weapon for us that just hasn't shot it great so far this season, and it was nice to see the ball go in for her, and hopefully that gives her some confidence moving forward.
Well, Coach, no West obviously. Tomorrow you guys head to West Hancock. You take on the Eagles of West Hancock tomorrow night after facing Eagle Grove in this one. So as you head into tomorrow night, what are some big focuses or keys that you have for your team?
Well, we're going to have to be more crisp on the offensive and defensive end. West Hancock's an improved team from where they were to start the season, so we need to make sure that we come out ready to play and bring the energy, because it's always kind of a rivalry game that we need to do a better job of, a good job of coming out ready and matching their intensity, because a game at West Hancock, and they're going to for sure want to get a win on their home floor, so need to get off to a good start.
Coach, we appreciate the time and congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
That is Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear basketball coach Brandon Schwab joining us. We'll step aside for a timeout. Second half of the boys game coming up next on KLGA.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
Start of the second half between the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and Eagle Grove Eagles. As always, a big thank you to Coach Schwab for stopping by to recap the girls' game. And a big thank you as well to Bishop Garrigan senior Molly Peterson, the team manager, talking about what that's like at halftime as well. Right now, the Bishop Garrigan boys, they trail Eagle Grove 30-23. Golden Bears are outscored 17-9 in the first quarter by the Eagles. Bishop Garrigan had the 14-13 scoring advantage in the second. But Beanie, a lot of good things so far tonight by Eagle Grove. They've done a good job of sharing the ball and being unselfish with their guards. They've hit a couple of tough step-back threes, and they've really gotten Joyce and Schwab off the rhythm, kind of like Forest City did Tuesday night.
Yeah, and let's not forget Lynn Sanity down there, number 3 for Eagle Grove. A guard who can do it all. Step back 3, drove to the lane, he dishes. He's quite the player. So Eagle Grove with a very good backcourt in the Garrigan gym this year, making things really tough defensively for the Bears.
So I think Michael Joyce may have had some sort of uniform issue, Beanie, because he is wearing jersey number 2 right now. His normal number is number 11, so I wonder if his uniform maybe got torn or possibly stained with blood, something like that in the first half, because if you see number 2 on your screen, folks, here for you watching on the YouTube channel, that's Michael Joyce, who's normally number 11, and right now the officials are informing the Eagle Grove bench of the jersey number change as well.
Well, maybe he's lucky number 2. You know, I'll tell you what, if Michael Joyce scores 20 points this half, I bet he keeps 2 for the rest of the season.
That's a good point. Well, we'll see how the second half goes. That could determine what jersey number Joyce wears going forward, as Eagle Grove has the ball right now, moving right to left on the radio dial. It's Miller on the right side. Eagle Grove had balanced scoring in the first half as Lynn uncorks a three-point ball. Off the heel, Furch chases it down, but Miller out-hustled him to the ball. Gives it up to Morris. Now Miller in the corner. Miller drives by Thomas. His runner off the glass is true.
Miller ended the half with a shot at the buzzer, and there he just drives the lane and a nice touch off the glass. He's a guy that can create shots.
For Eagle Grove, Jackson Morris 9 points, Josh Miller 8, Abraham Lynn 7, Adrian Whipple 6, and Trenton Robinson 2. It's Furch for Bishop Garrigan. Furch at the foul line, feeds Thomas. Thomas back to the bucket, outside to Joyce on the wing. Joyce brings it all the way back out towards half court as he's chased around the floor by Morris. Flings it across right side to Furch. In the lane, caught by Lear. Lear clean look inside and he scores.
Boy, the defense for Eagle Grove is trying so hard to take Joyce out of the rhythm, out of the offense. Good patience by the Bears. They found an open look inside. Great 2 points.
The Twin Towers for Bishop Garrigan, Amari Thomas and Nick Lear, 9 and 8 points respectively, leading the way for the Golden Bears. Morris pivots around for Eagle Grove. Eagles up 32-25 over Bishop Garrigan right now. It's outside the Whipple. Whipple with the dribble handoff to Peterson. Now he'll give it to Morris and make that to Miller coming around the other way. Miller wraps the pass sidearm style into Peterson. He jumps, he lands, but a foul on Lear. Lear with the foul before the travel occurred. They call him for the push.
Well, that was a fantastic pass by Miller. I don't know how he threaded that needle in. Lear had that guy covered like a blanket, and he still was able to get the pass in. Lear picks up the foul on a push.
That is his first personal. No foul trouble to speak of in the Bishop Garrigan starting lineup. as no one in the starting lineup has more than one foul. Bounce pass into Miller. Now it's to Lynn on the right wing. The #1 scorer in the top of Iowa West, tied with North Iowa's Max Wilkerson, as Whipple now has it left side. Whipple right back to Lynn. Lynn heading down the lane. He steps back, nothing there, as he'll get it right to Miller. Miller at the foul line extended, now back to Lynn, out beyond the perimeter. Lynn left around the arc. He spins right. He got inside. He finger rolls and he left it short. Created a ton of space with that move, but he couldn't finish, and Schwab runs the other way. Schwab driving down the lane and drawing the foul. Schwab got out in transition that time, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Schwab showing some speed, getting up the floor in a hurry. Beat the Eagle Grove defense all the way back to the basket. Have not been a lot of free throw shot tonight for as fast-paced and aggressive as this game is. Only a handful of free throw shot tonight.
Yeah, there really haven't been. Eagle Grove actually takes the least free throws per game in the top of Iowa West. They're only attempting 7 per game. Bishop Garrigan a little closer to the top of the conference, but a lot of the fouls that Eagle Grove has committed have been on the floor. As Schwab makes the first free throw, that's his first point of the night. Score 32-26. Second free throw by Schwab, deadens off the back of the iron and drops through to make it 32-27.
Schwab gives a little grin there. He says, I don't know how that went in, but I'll take it.
Eagle Grove ball right now. Bucket is towards the left. Jumping and passing to the right side is Whipple, as he'll find Peterson in the corner. Now out to Morris. To the foul line to Miller. Ball got tipped, but Miller collects it. He finds Whipple. Whipple quick release on the three. No good, and Lear rebounds on the near side of the court. Lear along the baseline, passes to Joyce. Dangerous passes. Lynn almost intercepted it, and Whipple trips up Joyce. That will be a foul against Eagle Grove's Adrian Whipple.
Whipple's pleading his case. He's saying, I didn't mean to foul him. We just tripped over each other. And, you know, if two players trip over each other, usually someone's going to get called for the foul, and it's not going to be the guy with the ball.
Joyce in between, or just across half court, I should say, as he will pass to Thomas. Thomas out to Joyce in front of the Garrigan student section. Ball got knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Eagle Grove's Morris. Eagle Grove forcing quite a few inbounds plays tonight for Bishop Garrigan.
Where their defense does not commit a lot of fouls because they're very fast and they've got very active hands, but very accurate. They don't hack a lot. They're just good at moving their feet and putting pressure on.
Pass into Leary. He makes a great catch. He faces the bucket. He draws the foul and he scores. Furch threaded the needle into Lear, and he did the rest. Chance for a 3-point play.
Well, more of that, please. That inside game for Garrigan's working well this third quarter. 29-32 is the score. If Lear hits this, it's a 2-point game.
That is the third personal foul on Gavin Peterson, which could be significant because that's the only Eagle Grove player above 6'1". Robinson checks in, Peterson checks out. So Lear will try to finish the 3-point play. It's down to a 3-point margin right now, 32-29 Eagle Grove. Lear just under 54% from the foul line this year. That one off the back of the iron, no. And a foul on the rebound against Furch. He was grappling with Miller that time, and Furch picks up his first personal. That'll be second team foul on the Golden Bears of this quarter. We're at 5:27 left in the third. Eagle Grove up 32-29 over Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears got off to a slow start. They were down 17-9 at the end of one. Last year when Eagle Grove beat Bishop Garrigan, they also had a quick start as they led Bishop Garrigan 22-9 at the end of the first quarter in that game. Turnover forced by the Golden Bears with the tipped pass. Schwab flings it across right side to Joyce. Catch and shoot from the wing. Too strong on the three. The box out and the foul. That time Lear, he went through the back of Morris.
Lear 4 inches over the top of Morris. They both go up straight for the ball, but Lear must have bumped him with his chest, and the movement gets the foul call. That's unfortunate. Now, 3-point game.
Lynn passes left side to Morris. Morris make that Miller top of the key. Left to Robinson. Now it's Morris. Morris finds Lynn in the corner. Garrigan closes out quickly on him. Around to the right side to Robinson in the corner. Penetrates in the lane, and Furch stripped the ball away. Joyce runs the other direction. Joyce taking it all the way to the rack, and he scores, and he draws the foul. Chance for an and one for Michael Joyce. Not a good foul there by Eagle Grove.
That is where Joyce is at his best, running the open floor. He can create those shots. Boy, Eagle Grove is saying they didn't mean to foul. He had kind of turned away to avoid the contact, and Joyce's legs, I think, drifted over his back. Strange call, but yeah, Eagle Grove tagged for the foul there. Interesting.
Yeah, that was one of those late calls, but there was some contact there, and it was well after Joyce was elevating. You could tell that ball was going in the bucket for a layup, and Eagle Grove upset because of how late that came, but I think you nailed that exactly right beneath the late contact.
And maybe that's a player safety thing, so the Eagle Grove player kind of ducked because Joyce had elevated so high, and his legs went over the top of him like a hurdle, but, you know, if you're going to do that, I suppose if you're the defender, you just got to get out of the way. Otherwise, you got to give the offensive player a little bit of a safe chance to come down and not get hurt.
And that's the thing that coaches will tell you, too. If you're going to give up the 2, just give up the 2 and get out of the way. But if you're going to foul them real good, make sure they can't get the bucket in.
Yeah, because Joyce has a chance to tie the game up here, erasing a 7-point margin for Eagle Grove.
Yeah, that's right. At halftime, Bishop Garrigan was down 30-23, and the Golden Bears have had the 8-2 scoring advantage so far in the third quarter. Joyce's free throw is good. Okay. We are tied at 32.
Now that, I have a feeling, is going to get Michael Joyce started, despite the Eagle Grove excellent defense on him.
Bishop Garrigan playing zone defense again. Lynn in between the circles right now, flings it over to right to Whipple. Whipple heads left around the arc, picks up his dribble, and flips it over to the right to Morris. Into the lane, banging his way in is Miller. Tough jumper over Lear, off the back of the cup. It deflects up to the right, and Lear races in to grab the rebound.
Well, great defensive stand by Lear, and puts a cherry on with the rebound.
Joyce finds Lear getting to the bucket. Lear pulls up, floater no. Rebound by Thomas. Thomas put back, yes! 34-32 Bishop Garrigan.
Well, these twin towers, Lear and Thomas, have 11 and 10 points respectively. They're getting it done tonight.
And I believe the first lead for the Golden Bears since 9-8 during the first quarter. Game is still in single digits for sure last time Bishop Garrigan led. It's Miller on the left side, bullet towards the lane, through the hands of Lear and out of bounds. He almost had the pick, and referees confer. They do say Lear tipped it on the way out.
Well, the tables have flip-flopped, as now Eagle Grove's offense looks like they are being very mechanical, having a hard time looking for their shot, which is what Garrigan was stuck with in the first half.
Trayton Sink replaces Tate Furch in the Bishop Garrigan lineup. Eagle Grove playing another close game. They've played in 7 games so far this season, decided by 10 or less. They are 2-5 in those contests. Here is Morris. Morris working his way towards the lane. He initiates contact with Lear and he scores. He was trying to draw the foul that time. The officials wisely ate the whistle. Joyce lost the ball, but it went right to Lear on the elbow. Now to Joyce in the corner. He's open. He shoots. He scores. It's a 3 by Joyce. 12 points by Michael Joyce. He's heating up, Beanie, just like he called for. Whipple top of the key for Eagle Grove. 3:22 left in the third quarter. Bishop Garrigan up by 3 right now. Eagle Grove giving them all they can handle. On the elbow, it's Miller. Miller works it out to Whipple on the right side. Whipple takes one dribble and gives to Lynn, edge of the circle at half court. Finds Robinson near side, into Miller, working against Thomas. Bounce pass, he finds Morris, and Morris scores.
Wow, pretty interior passing. Miller likes to have contact. I thought he was going to go up and get a shot block, but he gave the ball up wisely.
Yeah, Eagle Grove great on the interior tonight as far as the passing game is concerned, as there is a foul with 2:55 left.
And we've got a player in there playing with 3 fouls. Garrigan would be wise to take it out, that guy, as he is the only person on the team with significant height.
So this was foul number 5 against Eagle Grove, and they are sending Trayton Sink to the free throw line. 3 fouls by Whipple so far for the Eagles, and sitting on the bench at 3 fouls is Peterson, as Sink heads to the charity stripe. 2 for 5 so far this season at the line, and he'll knock that one down. Back up by 2 is Bishop Garrigan.
Sink is a very nice-looking jump shot, just like his father, but the easiest jump shots are when there's no one guarding you at the free throw line. He knocks down that free throw like it's no problem.
We've seen Trayton Sink shoot from the mid-range a little bit more in the past couple of games. As he makes that shot, he now has 4 points. 2 perfect swishes from the foul line for Sink. Whipple left corner, passed up the 3. He feeds Robinson on the block, barreling it against Thomas. He's in between the twin towers, and he throws in an interception. Schwab grabs it for the Golden Bears. And now Schwab runs the floor, behind the back dribble. The pass down low to Thomas. He got behind the defense, and he scores!
Oh, what a pass by Schwab. A great trap by the twin towers, and Schwab knew right where they're going to throw it to get out of the trap, and he converts it to a bucket.
13 points by Thomas. Miller almost lost his balance, and he throws it away. He was looking for Lynn, who was wide open for a catch-and-shoot 3, but Miller missed him.
Now some cheers from the Garrigan bench. They like what they're seeing for a change. Got some rise from Drew Muller, encouraging his teammates to keep her going here. They're up 5 after being down 7. Big turnaround.
Yeah, big flip here in the second half for Bishop Garrigan. Joyce chases down the ball as Whipple tried to beat him to the spot. Joyce into the forecourt, right of the paint. Pivots around, looking for Lear. Lear on the block. Lear, center of the paint, banks it off the window and scores as he spun towards the left.
Well, all this seems to be the result of confidence. Joyce, Schwab, Thomas, Lear, Sink out there, all playing with a lot more confidence than we saw the first half.
43-36 Bishop Garrigan. In the short corner, it's Peterson who's returned. Now to Miller at the foul line. He's been spending a lot of time in the high post tonight. Out to Whipple. Whipple hits a big 3 for the Eagles. Whipple from the right side. It's a timeout called. Back down to a 4-point game. Bishop Garrigan 43, Eagle Grove 39. Full timeout called. We'll take it as well. Back in 60 on KLGA 92.7.
More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for healthcare.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Bishop Garrigan has inched into the lead in the third quarter. They lead Eagle Grove 43-39 right now here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. Joyce brings the basketball up for Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears move left to right on the radio dials. Thomas sets the high screen. Joyce heads around Schwab now all the way to the far side of the court. Now he reverses back towards the right. Hand up to Schwab just inside of half court. Thomas will screen Lynn. Schwab left side now. Schwab, three-point ball on the way, and he rattles it in! Schwab creating his own shot right there, and it's a 7-point advantage for Garrigan. 5 points to net by Schwab. That was his first tray, shooting 34.5% from downtown this season. Eagle Grove gets it in the high post to Miller. 15-foot J, line drived it, and Lear flies in for the rebound. Lear having a great game tonight. He'll dribble up the court a couple of steps and hand the ball off to Joyce. Joyce pulls up, left wing, yes! Nothing but net for Michael Joyce. He's heating up. 15 points now for the Bishop Garrigan sophomore.
Wow, 10-point lead all of a sudden, which used to be a 7-point deficit. What a turnaround. Talk about momentum swinging.
Now can Lynn get involved for Eagle Grove? Much like Schwab has been limited today for Bishop Garrigan, Lynn has been limited to 7 for Eagle Grove as Joyce ran into him and undercut him for a foul.
Yeah, Lynn was just so impressive in that first half, but coming out of that locker room looks much more reserved here in this third quarter.
Mahler and Furch enter the ballgame for Bishop Garrigan. Thomas and Schwab go to the bench with 49 seconds remaining in the third. 49-39 Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears trailed 30-23 at halftime, but they've made the right adjustments in there, playing much more aggressively here in the second half and more loose on offense. Whipple has the ball right now. He flings left side to Morris, who has 11 points. Pass to Miller, rolls between his legs, and Bishop Garrigan runs the other direction. It is Sink in the paint, outside to Mahler, covered up quickly by Lynn. To Joyce, feeling it, missing the three-pointer, and the long deflection out to Lynn on the rebound. He outlets to Whipple, makes a great catch, and backs up beyond the perimeter of 29 seconds left. Flings it across to Morris, and Lear intercepts. He threw right back to Morris, but he's deflected it right to Lear. Now it is Joyce. Shot clock is off, down to 20 on the game clock. Bishop Garrigan wants the final shot of this quarter if they can get it, but it's stolen. Morris takes it out of Joyce's pocket, runs the floor, gets to the rack, and draws the foul. Joyce thought that was clean defense, but it'll be 2 free throws instead by Jackson Morris. Morris, a 77.8% foul shooter, trying to get this back down to single digits. That's the second personal foul on Joyce.
Well, just when you thought Garrigan was going to run out the clock and end the third quarter, a steal for a layup. Joyce said he didn't foul him, but either way, it's a win because he's going to have to earn these 2 points at the free throw line, which is much better. Now Garrigan will get the ball back with a chance. 12 seconds left in the quarter. They'll have a chance to still end that third quarter.
Eagle Grove is a team 62% from the line, number 4 on the top of Iowa West. Attempting the least free throws in the conference, as that one no good for Morris. Robinson checks into the game, and checking out is Peterson, as Peterson with 3 fouls will sit to avoid picking anything up here on a potential rebound opportunity. Garrigan does not have to rush too much to get the ball up the court. You're not going to go slow, obviously, but it doesn't have to be a sprint here if you get a rebound. And that free throw is good as Morris splits the pair. 49-40. Furch across half court with 9 seconds left in the half. Furch looks left wing to Sink. 5 seconds. Sink trying to find Joyce. He throws it away. It's Morris. Morris of 2. Morris of 1. Pulls up for 3. No good, as that was almost a huge momentum changer at the end of the quarter. Instead, though, Bishop Garrigan leads by 9 as we head to the 4th. Bishop Garrigan 49, Eagle Grove 40 on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Central Financial Group, where you belong.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona Tree Service.
Styles Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small. They love them all.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
All bringing you this ball game.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodie. Third quarter, dominated by Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears outscore the Eagles 26-10. Bishop Garrigan now leads Eagle Grove 49-40 heading to the 4th. Beanie, what a change of feel in this game.
Oh, for sure. Now, it was a complete reversal of fortunes. In the first half, Garrigan looked like they were trying anything they could to try to get a bucket, and now Eagle Grove has flip-flopped. They've taken on that responsibility. Now I'm curious, Tyler, who's going to have the gas after playing hard games on Tuesday night?
Yeah, both of these teams played games decided by 2 and 1 points respectively Tuesdays. Lear gets a post touch and he scores from the right block. A great game being put together by Lear for Bishop Garrigan. He has 14 points tonight. 51-40 Golden Bears. Their largest lead. Lynn and Nola pass to Robinson. Lost the basketball, but a foul. What a sweet feed by Lynn. And the foul for Bishop Garrigan committed on the play by Drew Mahler.
You know, defensively, Eagle Grove is looking like they do not want to foul. They have really called off their aggressiveness on defense, and that is just going to open up the gates here for the Bears to pound that ball inside. Lear just scored a second ago. That is a recipe that's going to be solid in this 4th quarter.
Lynn from the far side baseline lobs it into Morris. Double digits of 11 for Morris. Now Whipple corner to Lynn. Nothing there. He sidesteps. He shoots the 3, and it's no good, but there's a foul. It was a light call, but I think it was the right one as Lear made contact on the hand of Lynn on the follow-through.
Lear is very good at coming out from his post spot and getting his long arms up in the face of a three-point shooter, but he just kind of snagged the shooter's right hand there.
And are they going to say that was not the act of shooting?
Oh, they're going to say it was after he landed. Yeah, they're going to say Lynn landed and then Lear snagged his arm, which I still think is part of the shot.
I thought that was part of the shot. I think he should be shooting 3 free throws here. Maybe I didn't see the play correctly,
So
but
Tyler, hold on. I'm going to take off my headset and go tell the referee what you think.
Yeah, I'm sure they really value my opinion. Well, Abraham Lynn was saying he should be shooting, and if he's honest, Abe, then maybe he should be, but he has the ball right now. Lynn at the foul line. Lynn 15-footer. It's short, and Mahler snatches the rebound. Break for Bishop Garrigan. Schwab the other way to Sink. Drifts into the far corner of the court as Bishop Garrigan leads by 11. Lobs it to Lear. Makes the catch over everyone. Finds Furch right side. Furch back into Lear. Off his fingertips and out of bounds. The pass a little out of his range.
Well, you got to like that offensive set and what they were doing. Inside out and back inside. Just off the fingertips. 1 minute gone in the 4th quarter. I'm already starting to want to see that clock moving with the Bears up 11 points. That clock can't move fast enough, but still a lot of time left here. But if they don't get Lynn going, Eagle Grove might be in some trouble.
Yeah, Lynn stuck on 7 points tonight. He had 7 all in the first half. But for Bishop Garrigan, feed the bigs, and that's a good way to do it. Pass to the bigs, get the ball back, and then return it when the bigs readjust, as there's a whistle and a foul on the floor. Morris tried to turn around Jay, but that foul occurred before the jumper.
Morris says, I would rather have the points. Can we forget about that foul, and I'll take the bucket that I just put through?
Well, that is number 4 against Nick Lear, which is a big deal for Garrigan because Lear has been dominating this game. He'll head to the bench, and Amari Thomas will replace him in the lineup. Sinks to the bench as well, so you have Joyce, Schwab, Thomas, Moeller, and Furch. It'll be Whipple for Eagle Grove from the baseline, just under the bucket. Into the corner to Morris. Pass to Miller. He spins away and kept it safe. Back to Whipple in the corner. Arcs up the three. Rolls off the rim, and Schwab boxes out for the rebound. Out to Mahler. 2-on-1. Finds Joyce. Right back to Mahler. Left block. Ball got stripped away. Great hands by Morris.
Wow, I thought it was going to be easy, too.
Down the court to Lynn. Trying to get by Thomas. He spins. Got to the rack. He scored it into the foul. Oh, he got Amari that time. He faked one way, he spun the other way, and then saw the bucket all in front of him.
Oh, he's crafty. He got me, too. Amari Thomas has got a big smile on his face. He knows that was impressive. Lynn looked like he was just going to dribble back up to the free throw line, and he just slammed on the brakes and went right back to the hoop. That was a fun play by that youngster.
Lynn, a 54% foul shooter, and he makes the foul shot. 10 points now for him, and a 51-43 Bishop Garrigan lead. You're trying to hold Lynn below his season average of 19 points. So far, the Golden Bears have done that. Thomas right back out to Joyce, catches and shoots, and converts on the three-point ball.
Oh, you can't stop that shot. That's that deep. Michael Joyce feeling it. Has he come alive?
18 points for Joyce after a slow start to the ball game when Eagle Grove tried to keep him out of it. Driving in is Lynn, taking big-time strides, and he shuffled the shoes. He traveled, and Bishop Garrigan has it back. Well, Beanie, like we said, at halftime, Joyce switched from the number 11 jersey to the number 2 jersey. Is the number 2 jersey going to stick? He's playing great right now.
You got to stick with 2, I'd say. Wow, he's rolling this half.
Foul-wise, Bishop Garrigan does have 4. Eagle Grove none this quarter as Schwab gives it to Furch. Ball squirted by him, but he picked it back up. Now to Schwab, just to the right of center. Furch screens Lynn. Schwab heads right, sees a 3 he likes, and finds the bottom of the net. Golden Bears reining it in right now, and it's 57-43.
Oh, they are feeling it. And Eagle Grove doesn't have an answer as Schwab steals it again.
Miller throws the interception. Schwab behind the back dribble. They're trying to find the wide open Whipple in the corner. Joyce lets Miller fly by. Shoots the 3. Makes the 3. Keeps shooting at Michael Joyce. 17-point lead for the Golden Bears. They've blown the lid off of this one in the fourth quarter. Miller flew over the head of Joyce. He reset himself, and he knocks down the 3 for 21 points.
Unbelievable. Michael Joyce shot faked. Miller, incredible athlete. He was so high up in the air, he almost went over the top of Joyce's head. He slips to the side, and Joyce drills it. Wow. Watch that one over and over again.
60-43 Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears a 35% three-point shooting team on the season. Here's an answer by Morris. His free ball clangs off the glass, and Schwab secures the rebound. Out to Joyce. Joyce closely guarded by Morris this time. Now Joyce is going to drive. He feeds Thomas. Thomas point blank. Lean back. Can't make the shot. And Miller sails in for the rebound. Miller will get it out to Morris near side of the court. There's just under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Bishop Garrigan trailed by as many, I believe it's 9 at one point. Ball rolls away, picked up though by Eagle Grove's Whipple. Feeds Morris along the baseline, bounce pass to Miller. Miller got 2 guys to jump. Shot got blocked, but a foul called from behind. The official behind the play calls it, and that'll be 2 free throws here for Eagle Grove.
Wow, what a different team we're seeing here for Bishop Garrigan in the third and fourth quarters. Just better ball movement, better confidence, better aggressiveness offensively, looking for their shot. Big turnaround.
The foul on Mahler, his second personal, as that free throw is up and good for Miller. 9 points now for the Eagle Grove senior.
Just under 5 minutes left to go here in this fourth quarter. Bears up 16.
Second free throw good as well, as Miller is in double figures. 3 Eagle Grove players have scored double digits, and a full timeout is called. 15-point lead by Bishop Garrigan. Eagle Grove takes the timeout. We'll come back after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water connection from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Gray Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
Bishop Garrigan opening up the offense in the second half and opening up a big lead, 60-45 over Eagle Grove with under 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. I'm Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodie. Beanie, to put it simply, the energy has gone up and the Golden Bears have locked in here in the second half.
Oh, most definitely. They started out the quarter going inside, getting a couple easy buckets inside, but then just that really opened up the outside game. The Eagle Grove defense was tenacious in the first half, but boy, they just let up a little bit. And that was just like opening up the floodgates. Joyce and Schwab and company just started rolling on the points. How many points did Joyce have the first half compared to the second?
If my memory is correct, I think he had 4 in the first half and 17 so far in the second, to total 21. Now we're down to 4:51. Bishop Garrigan has the ball, moving left to right on the radio dial. Schwab with the rock, looking inside, nothing there. He finds Mahler in the corner, now into Thomas. He spins away from the double team, and he scores! The help came, but Thomas did a nice job maneuvering away from it.
We have no answer for the bigs for Garrigan. Eagle Grove does not have the size. Keep after it.
15 points by Thomas. Lear on the bench of 14 for the Golden Bears. The size has been a big issue for Eagle Grove to deal with tonight. Here is Miller inside the paint. Miller trying to locate Morris on the right block. And ball is turned over out of bounds. 4:19 left. The turnovers forced by Bishop Garrigan have also turned up in the second half. We talked a lot about the offense picking up the energy. It seems that is translated to the defense as well. Eagle Grove now full court pressing as Schwab gets away from Morris. Now the Golden Bears can run a little bit as they'll fling it into Mahler, out to Furch. Once you get into the half court, though, you can take your time here because the clock is certainly on Bishop Garrigan's side. Schwab to Joyce. Lynn almost a steal, but he was out of bounds.
Eagle Grove looking a little fatigued here, some of the players, but I'll say this for Lynn. He doesn't look like he's breaking a sweat. He's a smooth player, hasn't hardly had a break, and he just makes it look easy out there.
Well, Eagle Grove's only played 6 players tonight as there's a almost steal, but it's a foul instead as Morris fouls Joyce. They've only brought one guy off the bench with Trenton Robinson. Besides that, the 5 starters are playing a ton of minutes in tonight's game. And some of the starters, being, like you kind of referenced, they've stayed on the court pretty much all night long without a break.
Yeah, and they had a big game Tuesday night, just like the Bears here. So that's why I was curious which team is going to run out of gas first here in the fourth. So far, it's Eagle.
Here's a 3-point ball. Mahler, that one is left short and rebounded on the far side of the court by Morris. Morris, 6.6 rebounds per game. Morris hesitates, he drives, the seas part, and he scores.
Wow, coast to coast by Morris. A little life shown.
Yeah, Garrigan got caught very flat-footed defensively that time as Morris got him with the hesitation. Joyce of 21 points right now, works the ball right to Furch. Now down into the right corner to Mahler. Back to Joyce. Ball is thrown off the back. Whipple. Furch to Joyce. He floats and he scores! Bishop Garrigan used Whipple that time. They threw it off his back, got the ball back, and found Joyce for 2.
Unbelievable. I don't think they meant to.
Lynn pulls up and answers with a 3-point ball. Abraham Lynn of 13 points. That was insane, folks. 64-50 Bishop Garrigan. Mahler at half court gives the ball right back to Furch as he'll get across the timeline at 3:11 left. 14-point advantage for Bishop Garrigan. They've held on to this double-digit lead once they've opened it up. Joyce to the right around the arc, jumps and passes to Schwab. Schwab shoots over Lynn. Schwab's 3 rims out. Thomas tries to keep it alive, and that is a foul on the rebound against Thomas. Check that against Mahler. Third personal foul, Drew Mahler. Bishop Garrigan does have 5 team fouls, so Eagle Grove's going to shoot. And did they just give Mahler a technical?
I think they did.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might have said something, but we've seen a couple quick whistles on technicals tonight. That included the girls' game. They gave a technical to Eagle Grove's girls' coach. That was a really quick one as well.
They did. You know, got to keep it sportsmanlike. That was a questionable call. Thomas, Muller, and the Eagle Grove player all went up for the rebound. The Eagle Grove player looked like he had it secured pretty well. Then the whistle came in on the push on Muller. And let's just say he didn't like that call, and he was walking back up the floor and must have had a word, maybe 2.
Yeah, well, there's not as much latitude for players, certainly, as coaches. You know, the officials, they'll take a few words from the coaches, certainly, but usually when the players start talking, that's when you've got to draw a pretty hard line in the sand.
Yeah, you sure do. You don't want things to get out of hand, but there's a 14-point lead here, 3 minutes left to go in the game, and you got to imagine that the Eagles are going to give it everything they got. We're going to shoot a technical foul. That gives the players a chance to get acquainted. Garrigan, very friendly players. Amari Thomas having a conversation with Miller for Eagle Grove. They've shared a couple laughs back and forth during the game. And Carter, Schwab, and Lynn are also smiling and having a conversation out there. Everyone's making friends out there, Tyler.
Well, Peterson converts on the free throw. Yeah, Thomas and Miller have guarded each other for a decent amount of time tonight, and that's an advantage for Thomas, where he has about 3 inches in size over Miller. But 64-51 right now, the Bishop Garrigan advantage. Another balanced night scoring-wise for the Golden Bears. Of course, Joyce stands out with 23 points, but Thomas has 15, Lear 14, Schwab with 8. So you've got a bunch of guys getting involved in this one as that free throw goes down. But I think the big thing for Bishop Garrigan, Schwab and Joyce were so frustrated by that Forest City loss, and really the first half of this game they were frustrated by Eagle Grove, but we've finally seen those two start to come alive, and that's a good feeling after really being shut down for 6 quarters.
Yeah, being a fan, I'm very thankful to see those 2 guards rebound from that outing the other night and have a showing here, because it wasn't clear it was going to happen. Their first half Eagle Grove played the great defense, and it looked a little shaky. But now the second half, Schwab and Joyce.
So Peterson switched to the two technical free throws, then he airballed the first of the non-technical free throws, and then he's wiping off his shoes on the court and saying, yeah, it must have been that the court was wet down beneath me. He misses the second one, so that's going to be 2 for 4 at the line for Peterson.
Feel bad for Peterson there. Shot 4 free throws all by himself. He was getting cold out there, just physically. No bodies around him. Everyone looking at him from behind. It's like reading the paper with someone looking over your shoulder.
I know all the players on the floor are laughing and joking. Peterson wasn't invited to the party because he had to shoot free throws. Lynn shooting from way deep, got the miss, but he follows it and he scores as Lynn chased down his own miss. Down to a 10-point game now as Eagle Grove is trying to claw back in, but do they have time? 2:45 left. Joyce threads the pass to Lear. He got bumped. That'll be a foul before the shot. Number 2 team foul on Eagle Grove as he got run into by Miller.
This is where you have a lot of confidence in the Bears, because as the Eagles try to full court press and give their last effort to come back in this game, Garrigan's going to have a lot of opportunities to run the floor, which they do very well.
Schwab will be the inbounder. Foul-wise, 5 on Bishop Garrigan, 2 on Eagle Grove. Schwab finds Thomas trying to seal off Miller, and Miller trying to rip the ball out. He got the arm of Thomas. A couple fouls in quick succession by Miller, his 3rd personal.
You know, they're okay with that. They have 2 fouls to give yet, so if they're going to get in the free throw shooting game and extend the time on this clock, they still have a couple fouls to give.
Schwab again from the baseline. Lobs it into Lear, makes the catch, got hacked. He got hacked by Whipple, and now it's Whipple's turn to be upset. Better watch out, folks. Don't want to say too much here, otherwise it might be a technical foul, but Whipple was visibly frustrated by that one.
Whipple was right behind Lear and snuck that hand up there and swiped the ball out of his hands. And, yeah.
Well, Coach Peterson from the bench is giving the officials an earful as well, and I think he was told, go back to the bench. As the free throw by Lear misses, it stays a 10-point game.
You know, speaking from experience, never refereed a level like this, but even at the lower level, every once in a while as an official, you blow that whistle because you are sure you saw something, and then you wish you could bring your air back through that whistle, but it's too late.
15 points now for Lear as he splits the free throws. 65-54 Bishop Garrigan. Turnaround Jay Miller. Money from the foul line. Well, 9-point game. Eagle Grove has fought back into this one, but not much time left, just 2:25. Bishop Garrigan led by 17 at one point. Into Lear, Lear over Miller, and he missed the bunny. Thomas rebound, put back, no. Thomas trying to get his own miss back. He got it, he put it in, he got fouled. Chance for a 3-point play by Amari Thomas, staying with the play.
Well, they kept missing the shots. Lear and Thomas couldn't get to go through the net, but they just kept fighting in there. Eventually they get one to fall, plus the foul. Boy, all credit to Miller in there. He's battling. But these Eagle Grove players are giving up many inches to the Twin Towers of Garrigan.
4th personal foul on Jackson Morris, and now both teams have 5 team fouls. Thomas from the stripe. Converts on the free throw. Give Amari 18 points for Bishop Garrigan. And give Lynn the basketball right now for Eagle Grove. He hands it off to Whipple. Goes to the foul line to Miller. In the corner to Lynn. Wide open. Cans the 3-pointer. Eagle Grove just doesn't want to go away, folks. They continue to battle tonight. Lynn up to 18 points. 68-59. Garrigan's got to take care of the basketball here. Schwab double teamed. Unloads to Joyce. Into Thomas. One-on-one with the smaller Miller. Mouse in the house, and he draws the foul. Thomas of 2 more free throws upcoming. Bishop Garrigan took advantage of the double team attempts by Eagle Grove. When you had one-on-one of a player who's 3 inches smaller than Thomas, you'll take that matchup all day long if you're Bishop Garrigan. That's foul 4 on Miller.
Wow, this pace is Fast and Furious 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever movie we're on. But there's still a lot of points to be scored here. Just under 2 minutes left to go. In these last 30 seconds, there's been 10 points thrown up. And there's another one by Thomas, getting Garrigan out to a 10-point lead.
19 points by Amari Thomas. Had a 20-point game against Garner Hayfield Ventura earlier this season. Could tie that as a season high right now. Another free throw on the way for Thomas. That's good as well. 11-point lead restored for Bishop Garrigan. And Thomas joins Joyce in the 20-point club tonight. Here's Lynn on the drive. He says he wants 20 points. He got fouled, and Lynn will shoot 2 free throws.
Boy, hats off to Lynn. He is a player. Boy, he can do it all.
Yeah, Lynn has really come alive in the 4th quarter. Lynn had 7 points at halftime. He was very quiet in the 3rd, but in the 4th, when this game has gotten desperate for Eagle Grove, number 3's had the basketball, and he's made some highlight reel-inducing plays in this 4th.
He is very creative, and he just knows how to find an open shot. And this is the free throw, but he's made some very high degree of difficulty shots throughout this game. But yeah, he's absent in the 3rd quarter. Suddenly in the 4th quarter, he's come alive.
Missed the first one, converts on the second one. 10-point game right now as Lynn has 19 points. He's the Eagle Grove leader in scoring now as Sink shovels to Joyce. Bishop Garrigan into the front court with 1:40 left in this one. 10-point lead. Time a big factor in Bishop Garrigan's favor. Joyce backed up towards half court. He weaves away from Morris, who can't foul. Morris has 4. Into Lear. He shoots over Peterson, and Lear scores. The Garrigan Bigs are eating tonight, Beanie, and it's 72-60. 17 points by Lear. Miller out beyond the perimeter. He's on the right wing. Miller looking over to Whipple. Whipple hands it off to Lynn. Lynn pulling up, top of the arc. Three-pointer misses left, and Lear snatches the rebound, and he outlets to Joyce. Joyce, he's wide open. Here he comes, and he tried to dunk it. He couldn't put it down. Thomas turnaround, no. Rebounded by Peterson. 12-point margin right now. Eagle Grove has the ball with Morris. Morris drives by Sink. Morris rolls it up and into the left hand.
55 seconds to go. Timeout called by Eagle Grove. Their last chance, down 10. Almost an insurmountable lead, but never say never here. We've seen some crazy things happen, but good finish here by Bishop Garrigan. They're going to want to get their best free throw shooters in the game here.
Yeah, and a chance to do that for the timeout. This is what's different about this Eagle Grove team of the past couple of years, maybe compared to Eagle Grove teams of the past. If you look at last season, Eagle Grove finished 11-11. In the 5 seasons prior to last year, they won a combined 11 wins. They were 11-98 over the 5 seasons prior to last year. Last year, they finished 11-11, and sometimes it takes winning to really change the culture. And, you know, little by little, learning how to win is a long process, and it's likely going to be a loss here for Eagle Grove tonight, barring a huge comeback. But you can feel it from their team starting to change a little bit. Even in this game, down by 17, I think Eagle Grove teams 3 or 4 years ago would have rolled over and gotten blown out. This team doesn't do that anymore, though. They try to fight back.
Yeah, you do learn little by little, and we always love the story of the Cinderella story where someone completely reverses their fortunes and goes from last to first, but you do have to take your lessons little by little. The lesson Eagle Grove's going to win tonight, assuming the Bears can close out this last 50 seconds, is that you can't ever take a break in the game. Like, they had that 7-point lead. They let up a little bit in the third quarter, and you just can never do that in a tightly contested game, and that's just the opening Garrigan needed. So they're going to come out of this game and hopefully learn that lesson, because we can see these teams again.
Eagle Grove full court pressing into Joyce. That's exactly right. The thing for Bishop Garrigan, too, when a team gives you that opening, you've got to capitalize on that if you're a good team. And Bishop Garrigan this year is certainly establishing themselves as a good team. Lynn trying to swipe the ball from Schwab. He fouls him, and Carter Schwab will shoot 2.
Yeah, so if you look at those last 2.5 minutes, Eagle Grove just working hard, great defense, but that's not the same effort they had earlier in the third quarter. The Bears have to learn that lesson, too. Every team has to learn that lesson.
Here's Schwab for 2 free throws for Bishop Garrigan. First one off the back iron, no good, with 45 seconds left. It is a 4-possession game right now as Bishop Garrigan leads by 10. Schwab sitting on 8 points. Second free throw for Schwab. That one's short as well, and Miller lassos the rebound in the lane. Bishop Garrigan drops everyone back to prevent a run out. Here's Lynn weaving towards the right. Lynn wants to drive. Lynn hits the spin move. Tried to dump it to Whipple, but Thomas was there for the interception. Now 33 seconds left. And that may be about all she wrote. Eagle Grove will try to steal it in the backcourt. Joyce's pass knocked away by Morris, and Morris stepped on the baseline as he tried to save it into play. Now 27 seconds left in this game as Bishop Garrigan will have the ball back. Eagle Grove will try to steal the ball here. We'll see how much they want to string this one out, down by 10. Furch gets it into Joyce. Joyce sprinting up the floor. He gets by Lynn, and he's into the front court. Final 23 seconds left. Joyce will bring it back outside. Eagle Grove trying to steal, and then they will foul him with 19.8 left. Well, you got the ball in the hands of one of your better free throw shooters. You get him to the line here, and a chance for Joyce to extend on this excellent game. 23 points, most of it in the second half.
Yeah, the guards for Garrigan really turned it on the second half. It was the guards, the story for Eagle Grove in the first half. Whipple and Lynn really turned it on. Whipple got in some foul trouble, and ever since he went to the bench with foul trouble, he never seemed to get back in that game rhythm.
First free throw was missed by Joyce. It stays a 10-point game with 19.8 left. As Bishop Garrigan plays at West Hancock tomorrow night, North Iowa hosting Eagle Grove tomorrow night. Free throw by Joyce. That one misses too, so yeah, 2 misses there by Schwab and 2 by Joyce. But Eagle Grove running out of time here. 15 seconds left. 10-point Bishop Garrigan lead. Morris a step back 3, and that one rims out. Offensive board by Lynn. Lynn Jumper from the baseline, that's short as well. Joyce rebounds on the near side of the court with 5 seconds left. He passes away to Sink, hands it off to Schwab. Schwab into the front court, and he brings home the win for Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears turn the game 180 in the second half, behind 23 points by Michael Joyce and 20 points by Amari Thomas. The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears win this one tonight, 72-62 over a scrappy Eagle Grove team. We'll step aside, look at our final scoring numbers coming up after this on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass, for all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires, they're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Brassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Glenn's Green Thumb, from a small seed, something beautiful will grow.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do?
Final score tonight from Bishop Garrigan High School. Golden Bears defeat the Eagle Grove Eagles 72-62 with a second half comeback win. Before we look at the final numbers, big thank you to our video streaming sponsors presenting the Algona Radio YouTube channel: Chem the Auto Center, Algona Municipal Utilities, Iowa State Bank, Algona Frame and Auto Body, and PMC Advantage Insurance Services. Scoring by quarter went in favor of Eagle Grove early in this game. It was a slow start by Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears trailed Eagle Grove 17-9 at the end of the first quarter. In the second, Bishop Garrigan outscored Eagle Grove 14-13 as the Eagles had a 7-point lead going into halftime. Then in the third quarter, this game turned 180. Bishop Garrigan turned up the energy, the offense started producing, and the Golden Bears outscored the Eagles 26-10 in the third quarter, taking a 9-point lead into the fourth. Then in the fourth, it was about even. A lot of points between these teams in the fourth quarter, a combined 45 points, as Bishop Garrigan outscored Eagle Grove 23-22 in the final stanza. For the individual scoring tonight, Michael Joyce had 23, most of that in the second half for Bishop Garrigan. Amari Thomas had 20 points, Nick Lear had 17, Carter Schwab scored 8, and Trayton Sink added 4. For Eagle Grove tonight, their scoring looked like this. Jackson Morris put 18 points on the board. Abraham Lynn was one ahead of him with 19. Josh Miller scored 12. Adrian Whipple had 9. Gavin Peterson had 2. And Trenton Robinson had 2 as well. I'm Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodies. The Golden Bears bounce back tonight. They are now 8-2 overall, 6-1 in the top of Iowa West. Like we said, Beanie, not going to be an easy game tonight for Bishop Garrigan, and it wasn't, as the Golden Bears got tested by Eagle Grove, down by 9 at one point, but they rallied in the second half, and really they did a good job in the second half of unlocking that offense, really getting their guards involved and continuing to balance out for the touches for the bigs. That balance offensively really led Bishop Garrigan to the win.
Well, that offensive balance is true, Tyler, but you were the wise one. You were the wise one early in the game when Eagle Grove had the lead. You called that they were going to have to keep scoring a lot of points in order to match Bishop Garrigan. I had no idea how wise you were way back then in the first quarter, but you were absolutely right. In the second half, when Garrigan finally did get their scoring going, Eagle Grove just could not keep pace. But they do have some talent there to score the basketball. They got some very capable shooters there. I thought they hit a lot of big shots there down the stretch, but Garrigan just had bigger shots. And you know, every time Garrigan walks in the gym and sees the lineup and see that those twin towers of Thomas and Lear aren't going to have anybody near their height, you know those coaches' eyes got to light up and think, hey, this is a good night to go inside. And that really rang true. Those points by Thomas and Lear, they just really start racking up there. Offensive putbacks, even free throws by Amari Thomas in the fourth quarter. Those are the points that really stretch the game out. Those three-pointers by Joyce Schwab, flashy, very impressive, but that workhorse mentality down low between Lear and Thomas. That is nice to see tonight.
Yeah, and one thing I always keep track of for Bishop Garrigan is how many of their missed shots are rebounding. Garrigan's a team that rebounds over 43% of their missed shots, and that's a huge credit to Thomas and Lear, and that was the case tonight as well. A lot of second chance opportunities, a lot of points for those two, but they were just monsters tonight in the paint. And you knew one of the issues Eagle Grove had coming into tonight was not a lot of size to match up. Gavin Peterson is 6'4" for them. No one else over 6'1", so you've got Lear at 6'6" or 6'7". You have Thomas about 6'3", 6'4". That's going to create a lot of issues, especially when those two are on the court at the same time, and especially Peterson got in a little foul trouble, had to sit. Once he was on the floor, no one over 6'1" for Eagle Grove. Thomas and Lear did exactly what they should do, and that is take advantage of smaller bodies guarding them.
Yeah, and then when Peterson got back in, he didn't want to pick up more fouls, and that did not help Eagle Grove out very much. He's going to have to come back in, and that's another lesson they'll learn. Like, you got to learn how to play with foul trouble, because Eagle Grove did not go very deep on the bench at all. So they're going to run into foul trouble this year. They got to learn how to play with that foul trouble and through that foul trouble. I thought the Garrigan 1-2-2 defense did pretty solid in the first half, but it was the second half when they might not have altered their defense too much, but they certainly altered their effort in that defense. They started getting the passing lanes a lot better. They started to put a lot more pressure up at the top of the key. That sure helped a lot.
And you made a good point there, Beanie, when you mentioned Eagle Grove didn't go very deep on the bench. And that is certainly an issue that Eagles are going to have to contend with this season. They have a pretty good starting lineup that's capable of winning them games, but a team like Bishop Garrigan with a little more depth and a little more size, and a team that likes to run like Bishop Garrigan, they could certainly wear down Eagle Grove in the second half. So how much endurance these starters have is really going to determine how far Eagle Grove goes this season. And a credit to Bishop Garrigan. They knew if you put a little pressure on and you kept the pace up and you kept the energy up, eventually you could wear down a team that really doesn't sub a whole lot.
Yeah, very true. Bishop Garrigan has pretty good depth on the bench, but one thing that's really fun if you're a Bishop Garrigan fan, but also maddening if you're a Bishop Garrigan fan, is that they're so streaky. They're a total momentum team. Schwab, Joyce, Lear, Thomas, Furch, Moeller, all of them. And just go through the whole lineup. Boy, when they get going, they really get it going, and that's really fun. But then when they're in the doldrums and not playing really smoothly, it's just the opposite. It's hard to watch. So it's kind of a roller coaster right now. But when they get that momentum, they can really run the floor and they can run and shoot, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, Bishop Garrigan bounces back from Tuesday night. They pick up their 8th win of the season and move to 8-2 overall, 6-1 in the top of Iowa West race. Eagle Grove drops their second straight game as they lost to North Union Tuesday night. They fall tonight to Bishop Garrigan to drop to 4-6, 2-5 in the top of Iowa West. That'll wrap things up for tonight. This has been a sports production of Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as we wrap things up. Final score tonight, Bishop Garrigan 72, Eagle Grove 62.